Hello, Reaper. Congrats. You are the first one on time. Yeah. I was exactly on the dot, if I'm not wrong. Like, exactly 10:00:00. Almost late. But I'm not late, so my streak still continues. I'm not late. So let me hide. Okay. Okay, we will just chill here for a bit. We will wait for others to come. Gonna play on main tonight. It depends on how long I take. It depends on how long I take to finish all the stuff. So I'm gonna show you a a very rough schedule. So something like this. Let me notepad. Okay, can you guys see it? Is it too small? Hopefully it's not too small. Put it on the left side. Let me put it on the left side. Is it too small? I can make it bigger for you guys. Okay. I wrote this down out of nowhere, like literally 5 minutes ago. So is the size okay? If the size is okay, I'll just move on. I'll continue. So let me keep yapping. Basically, what I'll do today is a little bit special. It's a special day today. I'll be talking about the tier list first. We'll talk about the tier list first. Yes. After the tier list, I have two more stuff to do. So let me add it actually. The second one will be okay. Let's say that's the second one. Then the third one will be okay. Third one will be I'll be looking at Kylik's gameplay because I promised him to look at it, but I did not look at it yet because yesterday I was doing a vertical stream, right? So if I look at it, I can't make it into a video. That's the only reason actually. So I'll do it later after everything. After the second one basically. Kylik's and 1x. Yeah, and 1x. Oh, I forgot. 1x. We got three gushing gameplay. Damn. 2 more replays if you want. Oh my god, there'll be too many. We'll see. We'll see if we can learn something from it. It's always good to learn. So those who came yesterday, we have a new subscriber, a new supporter. His name is UV. So he asked me to sort of go through how to rotate as a goal laner. And I will explain it in this live stream as well. I'll address it. So there's that. All MVP matches 10.0 above matters. Nah, okay. The thing with replays is it does not have to be a win. It does not have to be a loss or anything. You can be performing like a feeder. You can have 3.0. It's all good. Because no matter what kind of gameplay you give me, right, there will always be something to learn from it. There'll be something to learn from it. Definitely. Actually, right, Kylik's, you have a better replay. You can set everything. Then you let me know which one you want me to look at it later. Okay, you just say it in the Discord. You highlight in the Discord which one you want. Jerry asks, what is bro Kylik's doing here? Is that your... Oh wait, Jerry is the mid laner, right? Yo, welcome to the stream. Okay, join first to like part 3. Hey, thank you. Also guys, don't forget to like the stream. Love you guys. So I give it 2 more minutes before I start with the tier list. Actually, right, before I start with the tier list,
so you're gonna be
let me do something very important. Okay, other than claiming the protection card, Okay, after this. Okay, so since we'll be making a oh shit, all games. It's a bit looks a bit nicer. Actually, all season. Let's go. You streamer guy, are you rich? I'm not rich. As you can see from my subscriber count, I only have 3 digits. And then if you look at the concurrent viewers, hey, Lay, today we're making tier list. I'm not playing today. Unlike other streamers, Nana never asked people to like the stream. I forgot. Okay, I forgot. It's not. Other streamers be spamming it every 10 minutes. I should do it every 10 minutes. That's how people increase their view count. Like when I play out of nowhere, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like and subscribe. Something like that. Oh, you gotta chill, man. You gotta chill. What was I talking about? Oh, I forgot what I'm... Okay, wait, I need to show you guys something. So before I start with the tier list, I need to show a bit of my credentials, you know. I need to show people that whatever I say, there's some weight to it. You know, I got experience myself. Let me turn off the chat. The chat box is a bit blocking. Okay. So, I'm a gold laner. Used to be a jungler. I converted to gold laner since a lot of seasons ago. I play gold lane mainly. Yeah, I can just say that. So I've been playing Mobile Legends for 7 years. I started in 2017, and now I'm still playing it. Still not bored of it for some reason. So here I am. After 7 years, I'm making a tier list about all my experience in gold lane. Even though the meta changes a lot, right? It's roughly about the same. So wait, Dirov only invites me every time we come online. He's very free. Confirm he's very free. He's played Dirov. Of course he's free. So if you look into my all season win rate, I'll just roughly show you guys. I play almost all the marksmen. All the marksmen you can think of. Personally, I'm not a one trick. I do not consider myself a one trick. I play my marksman depending on the meta. So for every season, every patch, I'll be shifting my heroes. This is why you can see I play a lot of marksman, but then you see the matches is like at most 395. At most. Never above 500 or anything. Not even 1000. Can you ask question here as well? Yeah, sure. You can ask question here. Yo! Wait. Dirov only. Makai. Oh, are you Dirov only? Okay, or you are answering Dirov only. So today we will not focus on playing on the game that much. We will talk about thoughtful stuff, you know, information. We improve in our knowledge in Mobile Legends today, okay? Go lane only, yes. Reaper, you are right. Go lane only. I can talk about jungle, EXP and mage to some extent, but never roam. I will leave roamer to uncanny. I'll leave it to uncanny. Personally, I can only talk about roamer from a go laner's from others' perspective. That's the only thing I can do if I want to talk about roamers. Like which tank is annoying, which one is I don't want to face, something like that. When I face this tank, this particular tank, what do I do? What should I do? What should I be aware of? That's the only thing I can talk about. So Edith is not included, right? Edith is not included. Edith is not a marksman. Okay, Edith is a marksman, but he is not a gold laner. So let me show you guys a bit of sneak peek. Let me add. Where is my window capture? So I'll call this list. Let me show you guys the tier list. So it will look something like this. Okay, it will look something like this. You guys see it? My face is... Okay. Okay, from what I learned last time is my face got blocked. So let me move my face up. The cat face is important, guys. Okay, cat face is there. This is perfect, guys. Perfect. Okay. Is this good enough? Oh wait, I need to pop up my... Oh my god. First time streamer, guys. First time streamer. Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook. I can't see my chat if I do that. So let me cook. Okay. Okay. Good. This is good. This is good. This is good. So I'll answer the questions in like later on, okay? Like later on. Now you can just throw in your questions. Actually depends on the question. If I can address it immediately, I'll just answer it. Oh hero, how do they do in Gold Lane right now in this meta? I can talk about that later on, but in this, my focus today is to do this actually. Like right now, I've aligned all the marksmen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gold laner. I should have 22 gold laners over here. 22. I should have 22. Can do it like... Okay, this side is not bad. This side is not bad. Okay, something like this. Then I can keep the chat. Where is the chat? Okay, something like this. Something like this. Ah. Perfect, guys. This is perfect. This is perfect. Okay, this is perfect. So I'll only do gold laners, guys. So example, Lunox can be played in gold lane. Lunox is considered like borderline gold laner. I will include her. So something like a Harif is a gold laner. Roger is a gold laner. But then if you ask me, is Chang'e a gold laner? Where is Chang'e? So stop with the BS. Chang'e is not a gold laner. It's not marksman. It's not marksman. Harif is not a marksman. Roger is not a marksman. I do not consider him as marksman. Lunox is not a marksman. So the keyword is gold laner. Gold lane. Gold lane that you play often. If you want to include Benedetta gold lane, like sure you can use Benedetta in gold lane, but it's not often you see that. It's a weird pick. So we don't consider that. So we will limit. This is our boundary, okay? This is our boundary. You must at least see it more than 10 times in your ranked games. Then it's considered a gold lane. Okay. So let me shut it down first. Let me shut down the windows, the chat. Let me continue with my yapping, my bragging. I'm a marksman user. Used to be called marksman, but in this meta we call it gold lane. So I played a lot of marksmen. You can see Beatrix, Granger, Carry, Bruno, Yisunshin, all the marksmen you can think of, all the meta marksmen. If anything, they are the old meta. Old meta. I have around 300 plus games. Most of them with 70 plus win rate. So I consider myself like a decent marksman, okay? A decent gold laner. And also if I scroll down, 1-1, almost 80%, less than 300 though. Clint, almost. Hanabi, Claude, Harif, Iritel, Leslie. Then after Brody, it will be less than 100 games, I believe. Okay, Mia is my last one. At 101 matches. And also Roger. Kimi, all this. Yeah, other than that, I don't need to see anymore. Ixia, oh, I'm ranking in Ixia. So, I am a legit gold laner. That's why... That can be a reason why you want to watch this tier list, okay? It's from a real experience. A real gold lane experience. From... If you check my ranking, it will be around... My highest is 117, but honestly, right, every season I reach Immortal like 100 stars. You can say like that, 100 stars. I'm always... By the end of the season, I'll be 100 stars. Immortal rank. So my rank is not that far away from pro ranking also. The only thing I'm lacking right now is pro status. Can't be greedy, you know. I'm just a regular player. A regular average gold laner. Not a pro player. But to be honest, in pro scenes, their meta is different from what we have in ranked games. So it's better to look into my tier list, to be honest. It's relatable, okay? Relatable. So let's stop with this and move on with the tier list. So, first hero, guys. I give you guys the privilege to choose which gold lane hero should we start off. You guys can choose. You guys can choose. Let me throw them down. You guys can choose which hero to start off. Do we have a... Now I won't make a poll. You guys just have to say it in the chat. Oh, there is one bad thing actually. Wait, let me... Give me a few seconds. Give me a few seconds here. Okay. We have what? Harif, Roger, and Mia. You know what? Let's start off with Mia. Let's start off with Mia. She is our first marksman in the game, you know? First marksman in Mobile Legend Bang Bang. So let's start off with Mia. Mia. I'll simply put in a tier first before I finalize. So Mia. Let me open my notepad again. Notepad, where are you? Notepad? Oh no, it's missing. Okay. Let's move it to the... Can I move it to the left side? Oh, I'll stop over him. I'll stop around here. Okay. So... Let me paste this. So these are the factors we'll be talking about. I know it's a bit like scarf, but we will go one by one. We'll go one by one. After I'm done with it, I'll just highlight it or something. So for every marksman, right, we need to know whether they are a early game marksman, a mid game marksman, or a late game marksman. Am I planning to make a video of this? Yeah, might as well, right? Might as well. So there are a lot of like consideration when you rank a marksman. Not just a marksman, to be honest. Any heroes in the game. There are consideration early, mid game, or late game. Power spike. Power spike is another thing we need to touch about. When is the power spike of a particular hero? Like which item and which level? So for example, I'm a Harif player. My power spike will be at when I reach 30% cooldown reduction. And also, if you talk about level, they will be above level 4. Then next one will be how it compares to enemy marksman and other position. So if you talk about enemy marksman, what I'm talking about is when you play this particular marksman, for example, you play Mia. How is Mia gonna face a enemy, let's say Harif? How is she gonna perform when she meets a Harif in the gold lane? Is she gonna have an advantage in early on, an advantage in late game or something? Is she like insanely at a huge disadvantage, you know, that you will be feeding the entire time? So we need to consider that as well. So the next will be win rate. Yes, win rate. If you guys remember last time when Uncanny was here, he introduced us to something. Oh, the wrong window. This website, hero statistics. So if we look at this, right, filter by marksman through win rate. Okay, this only win rate. This only marksman. It's okay, we can still use it. We can judge this by the win rate. It's important to know the win rate, guys. As much as I want to say one marksman is better than the other, we need to know how a particular marksman is performed based on majority, like the entire player base of the game, right? So not just win rate, pick rate is important as well. And lastly, meta will be how all the other players are talking about, you know, tier list, pro opinions, pro players' opinions, all this, as well as global players if you want to consider that. Then the next thing will be considered, it will be the itemization, the characteristic of the marksman himself. So we have crit marksman. Crit marksman will be something like Mia, Layla. Who else? Who else is crit marksman, guys? Bruno, yes, Bruno. Can't forget Bruno. All of them. And then we will go to Trinity marksman. And ban rate too. Yes, Reaper, you are right. Ban rate as well. How can I forget? Ban rate. Okay, let's go back. Trinity marksman. Trinity. Let me add Trinity build in case you guys are confused. Trinity build, if you guys already know, it will be the corrosion side, demon hunter sword, and golden staff. This is what we call Trinity build. Trinity build user will be Claude. Well, Claude. Who do we have? Mia. In some cases, Mia can go Trinity. Claude, Melissa, Moscow, Carrie, Hanabi. Oh my god, so many Trinity build. I think that's all. Yep, that's all. So that will be the Trinity build users. Quite a lot, to be honest. And also true damage. In true damage, right, we only have one, to be honest. We only have one. We only have one, and that is Leslie. Leslie, that will be our only true damage dealer. In certain extent, you can consider skill-based marksman as true damage as well. So something like Clint. He go with endless battle, so you always abuse his passive. You can consider as true damage as well, but it will never reach a damage potential as high as Leslie. So let's move him down. That will be the characteristic of marksman. And also this HP based attack is OP. Why do I say this? This is something that is related to Claude and Roger, these two marksmen. So I'll just leave it here. This is an important point in case I forget. Then the next one will be ability to use Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature. Okay, why is this important? In some games, right, you will notice that your teammate, for some reason, no one is building anti-heal. No one is going Dominance Eyes. No one is going Glowing Wand. Just for some reason, no one is building anti-heal. In this case, this is why you need to go Sea Halberd as the marksman. So we need to consider this as well, because in terms of high rank, right? Okay, this tier list can be applied throughout the whatever rank you are, but we are tackling mostly in high rank, because honestly, if you are like epic rank or legend rank, you can play anything you want, you will win. If you are good, you win. If they give you bad teammates, you will lose. There's nothing else you can do. So that is important to consider itemization as well. So the next item, other than Sea Halberd, will be Wind of Nature. Why Wind of Nature is... We need to consider this. For example, in a case where, let's say you are building something like Lunox Gold Lane, you know? Lunox Gold Lane and Harif. Where is my Harif? Harif's Gold Lane. You know what? Let's put in something else. Kimi. As well as... Who else can I think of? Is there anyone else I can think of? Granger. Oh yeah, Granger is missing, guys. Let me find Granger. Okay, I found Granger. I found Granger. Okay, so let me go back. Let me go back. So the next item we'll be considering will be Wind of Nature. Why do we consider this? It's for gold laners other than attack speed marksman. For example, a good example will be Lunox, Harif, and Kimi. All three of them are magic based. So if you try to fit in a Wind of Nature, a physical attack item, it will be a bit weird. So besides the physical damage, right, there will always be attack speed. You don't need attack speed in Lunox. You don't need attack speed in Kimi. So it's a bit weird. This is why some hero can use it, some hero cannot. This will be crucial when you are facing something like Aldos, a late game Aldos, or even Natalia, all those burst physical assassins. It's very useful. So you need to consider that as well. So why I put Granger in here? Because you all know Granger is a burst attacker. Even in his passive, they will punish you if you build attack speed. So it will be very stupid for you to go Wind of Nature, to be honest. Unless you really need it, then only you build it. So we can call it synergy. Yeah, synergy. Whether Wind of Nature has a synergize well with the heroes, something like that. So the last point will be mobility. Mobility is a very special benchmark, because right now we all know the most annoying marksman to face with is Roger, Harif, Lord. All the... Okay, Moscow. All four of these. Why are they good? Why are they meta? Very easy. Because they have high mobility. High mobility. Irritel, I won't consider Irritel as high mobility. Because honestly, your dash is like every 12 seconds. She moves fast in her ulti. But her burst, her dash, the moment, the action of dashing is every 12 seconds. So I won't consider her as high mobility. For Roger, his ulti cooldown is so low. He can always dash out of team fights. And then his second skill gives you like movement speed boost. So we will talk about that when we move into the hero itself. For Harif, we all know he dash left and right in his ulti. Annoying. For Claude, second skill, teleport here and there. Very annoying. And Moskov, with his ulti, which he can teleport from one side of the map to the other side of the map. Yo, this guy can even teleport inside the enemy fountain. So, a marksman, but something like an Aldous. Very special. Then, okay, this should be another type of marksman, but... okay, we will include it. Long range marksman, burst marksman, or a DPS marksman. This is the same point as this one. So let me add it here. It's similar to this. The characteristic of the marksman. Similar to this. So now we are done with our benchmark, right? Let's move on to actual ranking. Let's start off with Mia. We want to talk about Mia, right? Okay, before we start, I wanna see the news. SRG won against Fireflux. Yes, this is good because I bet on SRG. 3-2 though. Damn. I expect them to stomp Fireflux completely. Seems like they can't do it. To be honest, right, if SRG is having trouble here, then I think they will struggle against Philippines. So finals, Philippines gonna win finals, man. Oh my god, this is sad. I did bet on Philippines, so it's okay. It's okay. It's still okay for me. So let's go, Mia. First one. Mia. When we look at Mia... Okay, before we start, let me read another comment. Firefly is kind of strong. True. You don't see them as strong when they play against like random teams. But when I look at how they play against SRG, right, it's like, oh damn, they're actually strong. Matchup problem. Okay, now let's actually move on to Mia. Mia, a very special MM. Okay, let me put it here. Mia, I'll put it here. Then I'll move on one by one, okay? One by one. Let me look at this. Power spike item. How you compare win rate, bang rate. This should be the first one actually. This should be the second one. Look at this impromptu adjustment. Impromptu adjustment. Impromptu adjustment. Wait. Yo guys, I have a feeling this will take 2 hours. Unless I get very fast. Because I'm going into very detail. Like, my tier list is gonna be one of the most detailed tier lists you can see. Legit. Should be a last one. Okay, mobility is important. Where should I put mobility? After this should be fine. Yeah, something like this. Okay. Now we can move on. Oh wait. Let me move this to the last part. Then we can move on. Okay, we can save. Oh my god. Okay, now we can move on. So Mia. Our first marksman in the game. So if we look at the first point, early, mid to late game, Mia is considered a mid to late game hero. Because she is a crit marksman, right? You need to have enough crit rate to be able to deal damage. That will be the same for all the crit marksmen. You need to have at least minimum 1 or 2 items depending on what you are going for. So for example, Mia, your first item gonna be either Husk Claw, Wind Talker, or Berserker Fury. So let me go back to my game. I'll show you guys the item. Let me move this to... Oh man, I'll show you guys the item. You guys see? You guys can't see. Gosh darn it. Gosh damn it. Okay, you guys can see now. Okay, let's look at the second bar. This one. Itemization. So the first point is, I explained already, she is mid to late game because she needs this item. Wind Talker and then Berserker Fury. After these two items, then only she will do damage. So mid to late game, simple. The next one will be win rate, pick rate, and ban rate. Oh my god, to be honest, right? Yo, let's move the win rate to the very end. Very end. After we've sum out our tier list. Because it's sort of going back and forth is a bit hard. I want to do everything like way before we touch about win rate. So let's ignore win rate now. We'll talk about it as an overall later on. So the next point will be mobility comparison. She is a stationary marksman. She has no dashes. Her spell is Inspire. You always want to use Inspire on Mia. If you remove the Inspire, her damage fell off by a lot. So always use Inspire as a Mia. But the problem is because you're using Inspire, you don't have a Flicker, you don't have Purify. Well, your ulti already have a Purify, but you don't have Flicker, don't have Sprint. So she is not a mobile marksman. Her mobility sucks. Sorry to interrupt, but early mid game, late game power spike point can be similar. Okay. True. You are very right. Because when we talk about early to late game, we need to talk about items also. Thank you. Let me add triple line. Okay. Save some time. Yo, means I need to talk again? I need to repeat? Okay, I don't need to repeat. No. I'm a new streamer, guys. I'm a new streamer. There are bound to be mistakes. So, okay. I do have to talk about power spike though. So, when I say she is a mid to late game hero, what I mean is she needs to have items to reach her power spike. So, example would be your Wind Talker, your Berserker Fury. If you want to include Huskclaw, it's okay. You can sort of include it because Huskclaw gives her a bit of sustain and also a bunch of crit rate. 20% crit rate if you see at the bottom. 20% crit rate. It's quite a lot. So, 3 items. Do you know how much is it? So, Wind Talker already 1.8k, 2.3k, 2k. You can't get that much money in the early game. Definitely in the mid to late game. So, that is her power spike after these items. And then in terms of level, because she is bound, she's restricted by her itemization, by her power spike items, these 3 items that I mentioned just now. So in terms of level, getting level 4 is important because it gives you the escape. Escape and engage, yes. For Mia, if you are a Mia user, you use your ulti to engage as well, not just escaping. So that is your so-called level power spike. But honestly, right, even if you can escape or engage, you will not have enough damage if you don't have the items. So in terms of items and level, items are more important for this hero. We already talked about mobility. Oh no. Ignore. So let's talk about mobility again. She does not have a dash. Actually, we can just use back whatever I said just now. I said for like quite a long sentence. So we move on to crit. I talked quite long for the mobility just now. So we can move on. So let's move on to this very special point. Crit marksman, Trinity build, and true damage. Why do I talk about this? Because first of all, Mia is a crit marksman. Like what I've shown you, she used Berserker Fury, Wind Talker, and Huskclaw. She needs the crit items. So crit item, crit marksman. What is special about them? So they are considered as burst marksmen. Burst marksman over here. Burst marksman means that you kill people instantly. In a long fight, you will lose. This is basically what it means. So in, let's say, in a gold lane matchup, Mia against Claude. Claude is a very good example of a Trinity marksman. Let me show you the list. Okay, Claude is a very good example of a Trinity marksman. In a game where you face against Claude, what will happen is Trinity marksman, they will require a item power spike as well. They need corrosion sight as a first item, DHS second item, and golden staff. That will be the power spike. When you have the golden staff, that will be the power spike. Same goes for crit marksman. I shown just now, you need at least 2 or 3 items. 2 marksmen being one is item that provides attack speed and crit rate, something like a Windtalker or Huskclaw. Then the next one will be a Berserker Fury. So if you compare both of them, right, actually they are around the same. They are around the same. You need time to farm to deal damage. They are around the same. So what separates them is because you are a marksman. You are a marksman with low HP pool. Low HP pool means that you will get bursted down easier compared to other roles. So these where a crit marksman will win against Trinity build marksman because crit marksman provides you higher burst damage. So in a matchup where they have same farm, they have the same farm, same level, same power spike, Mia against the Claude, Mia will win. All because she has crit damage. She has a crit items, all this. So true damage, what's special about true damage is there's only Leslie, so we can't really compare that. True damage, the biggest advantage, or you can say the only advantage you have, is you cannot immune it using Wind of Nature. That's the only advantage. So you need to kill them before they kill you. So actually, right? Yeah, just remove this. Then we move on to the next point. Mia is a burst, like I said, burst damage. Because her first skill actually gives you an enhanced basic attack, you can hit multiple enemies. You can sort of consider her as DPS. She attacks like quite a wide area and as well as dealing crit damage. So we can consider her as burst DPS. No problem. In terms of long range, her range got buffed by a bit. 2 patches ago, if I'm not wrong, her range got buffed by a bit. Even so, I will not consider her as a long range marksman. Why? Because when you play Mia, right, when you look at the global Mia, the seasoned Mia players, they do not attack from like safe position. They do not stand far away, attack slowly like a Layla or something like that. They always hide, camp in a bush, and then surprise you out of nowhere. That's okay, either they surprise you from the bush or they surprise you by using ulti to engage. They will turn invisible, then they will attack you out of nowhere. So that's how you play Mia. She will not be considered a long range marksman. She is purely burst and DPS. It's sort of like assassins, to be honest. Yeah, assassin marksman. Damn. Then the next one will be how it compares to enemy marksman. Mia is a very special thing. Like what I told you guys just now, Mia against a Claude, which is a Trinity marksman, she will win. If both of them have the same item, power spike, same level, all this, provided they don't build defense, Mia will win. But then if let's say we remove Claude, one of the meta picks we will be talking about will be Roger. Yes, Roger. Can Mia win against Roger? Oh, this is a very special question because honestly, right, Mia can win against Roger. She can win against Roger. I win against Roger by using Mia before. The only problem is, like I said before, she is a mid to late game hero. It's gonna take forever for her to have items. Your only bet is Roger is under farm or Roger don't know how to play. That's your only bet of winning against Roger. If it's the same farm, provided you don't have Inspire, you're gonna lose. You need Inspire to win against Roger. So there's that. Mia cannot win against Roger. If it's a Harif, if Harif is using Vengeance, you have no way of winning against Harif. If Harif don't have Vengeance, Mia can win against Harif. And then another meta picks will be, let's say, Moskov. Mia against Moskov. Both of them attack very fast. Both of them has Inspire. But the thing is, Moskov does not have the surprise factor like Mia. Sure, Moskov can use ulti to zoom from far away and reach you in like an instant, and then he can just burst you down. But Mia can always turn invisible. Then Moskov can't even target her. So in this matchup, it depends on skill. It depends on skill. If you are good, you can win. If you are not good, you will lose. Then the other marksman is kind of hard to say. I will talk about comparison in terms of enemy marksman when I rank them side by side, okay? So for example, right, I run a rank Leslie above Mia. Then I will talk about why. Then only I will compare the marksman. Okay, guys. Okay. So it will be faster that way. Unless I need to talk one by one, it will take forever, guys. It will take 2 days. So I will compare the marksman when they are overlapping. Okay. Should have planned it before. Ability to use Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature. For Mia, because she is a crit marksman, she can use Wind of Nature, no problem. Attack speed helps her a lot. Sea Halberd, this is a very special case. Because Mia is a crit damage dealer. Let me show you guys again. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Crit damage means that she don't have the flexibility to go Sea Halberd. So for example, if I remove Harsh Claw, right, I will not have high enough sustain. I cannot, unless I purely depends on Wind of Nature. So I'm risking it basically. You need to trade off something if you want to build Sea Halberd. Can I remove Malefic Roar? Sure you can. You can remove Malefic Roar, go Sea Halberd, but keep in mind if enemy build a lot of physical defense, you're still gonna need this. You're still gonna need Malefic Roar. So in terms of flexibility in item choice, is not the best for Mia to go with Sea Halberd. Then the next one, HP based attack is OP. We will ignore this. This does not apply to Mia. She is a crit marksman. Again, and there's that. After all I yap about, honestly, if you are Mia KS, KY, what's his name? KY, Miyaki. Mia KY, Miyaki. If you are him, she is S tier. If you are not him, at best, B tier. Honestly, if you are average marksman, C tier. Average marksman, you are C tier. Golly Mia. Yeah, the Miyaki is the Golly Mia. Yo, that Mia is S tier for sure. So there's a question. Is it important for Golina to have a skill that can escape? I will answer this later. When I touch something very mobile. Yeah, then I'll answer this. So for Mia, right? Actually, right, I can talk about this now. For Mia, her mean of escape will be her ulti. She will turn invisible. In that instance, when you press ulti, she will remove one instance of crowd control skill. Only one, not more than one. So keep in mind, her ulti is not like a Purify that allows you... Let me show you Purify. Where's Purify? Purify gives you crowd control immunity for 1 second, more than 1.2 seconds to be sure. 1.2 seconds. So it's immunity. Keep in mind, immunity. But for Mia, for Mia is a different story, guys. Mia, her ulti is remove a crowd control. One instant of crowd control. So if enemy has multiple crowd control, you are still gonna get crowd control. That being said, she do have a movement speed buff when she press ulti. So that's her only escape skill. No more than that. She don't have a dash. She can't use flicker. She can't use sprint. All the Mia I know in the world use inspire. So yep, can't escape. All in. She's an all-in marksman. If Mia is B, I don't think any marksman deserves A, C, or D. Okay, I'll let you know something. In this tier list, right, when I rank a marksman, for example, I rank it C. So if I talk about, let's say, I'll talk about 1-1. If I feel like 1-1 is C tier, and then Mia should not be in the same tier as 1-1, then I will move up one of them or move down one of them. Okay? I don't need D tier. Let's be honest. I don't need so many tiers. Okay, guys. So it will still move. So chill a bit. Okay, now I don't have D tier. Now that I don't have D tier, Mia should be B tier. Oh my god. Now I remove D tier. Mia should be B tier. Let me record it once again. Okay. So after all I said, the benchmark that I have talked about, Mia, honestly, right, I feel like she should be in B tier. Because there's a huge gap between a poor experienced Mia, not poor experience, but someone who does not know how to play Mia, compared with a global Mia, someone like Mia KY, Mia Key. There's a huge gap. If you don't know how to play Mia, C tier, no doubt. If you know how to play Mia, if you are a global Mia, S tier. So honestly, I can, at most, I can give her B tier for an average marksman. average marksman player, average gold laner, you know, you have knowledge about the game, you can sort of play her in a decent, you have decent experience playing her. B tier for sure. Not C tier. C tier we will save it for someone terrible. If you pick him, auto lose. We save that for C tier, okay? Not auto lose, but high chance you are losing. Enough yapping. Let's move on to the next one. So next one, Clint. Another. Is that our second marksman or Layla? Okay, you know what? It's fair for Layla to be beside Mia. Okay. Yeah, I'll put it here. Layla. Okay. Same. Good old benchmark. We'll look at all these points. Okay. Early, mid game, late game. Layla, no doubt, mid to late game. Actually, late game, honestly. Early game, nah. Early game, Layla. Unless you are using Inspire. I can't see him using in early game. Definitely late game. Power spike where? Okay, sorry. Layla is the same type of hero as Mia, where they are crit attack marksman. So crit attack, what it means is you need those items, crit items. So let me move to Layla. Layla is here. Layla, the best build I can think of will be, yep, the first one. This one. This is the best build you can think of. She needs crit item similar to Mia. Husk Claw, Windtalker, and Berserker Fury. Because they are the same type, whatever I say to Mia applies to Layla. Her power spike will be after you have enough crit rate and items. So we can move on to level power spike. In this case, right, not Mia, why do I keep saying Mia? Layla is a very special marksman. So if you go back to Mia is a basic attack priority marksman. Okay, heavy basic attack marksman. We call it heavy. Layla, on the other hand, she can sort of rely on her skills to do damage. She does not have to keep basic attacking. So keep in mind, she can be a skill caster in the early game. So if we talk about level power spike, her level 4 is actually stronger than Mia. Honestly, right? When you reach level 4, all her skills, all 3 skills are dealing damage. So you can consider level 4 as a power spike for her as well. No, before all the items, level 4 is a power spike for Layla. The thing with Layla is, right? In terms of mobility, yes, we are moving on to mobility. Layla's mobility is terrible, guys. Perhaps the worst in Mobile Legends. The worst, for sure. First of all, she moves very slow. She walks very slow. She has no dash. Okay, her skill 1 sort of give you attacks, movement speed boost, but other than that, she moves very slow. But the good thing about Layla is, actually no good thing. Oh my god, she has no good thing. I was about to say flicker, but okay, the thing with Layla is, I'm gonna give you guys a pro tip in the meantime as well. So for Layla, always use flicker. No matter if enemy has like Atlas, Tigreal, all this heavy crowd control, always use flicker. You can't afford to use Purify. Why? Because if you use Purify, let's say Atlas ulti you or Tigreal ulti you. Nice, you purify them, but what are you gonna do after that? You can't even run away. So basically, if you are caught, you are caught. Even if you are purified, you are still caught. Because you can't run away, you don't have a dash. So her only spell, right, her only viable spell will be flicker. So other than that, you inspire Layla. I never see it before. If I see it, it's probably a loss, right? So that's it. Mobility, she's terrible. But she do have the flicker every 2 minutes, so you can consider if you want. The next thing, let's move on to the next thing. Crit marksman, Trinity build marksman. Crit marksman, she is same as Mia, is a crit marksman, crit heavy marksman if anything. Versus something like a Trinity build marksman. Same theory applies, guys, same theory. She is a burst marksman, all because she is a crit marksman. So if you're up against a Trinity build marksman, if you have the same farm, same item, no defense item, same level, you are going to win against a Trinity build marksman. It's just simple math. Burst attack better than DPS. Because marksman has like a low HP pool. Then we will move on to long range burst or DPS. Okay, for Layla, we all know her range is the highest, the longest in the game. Long range for sure. Burst, yes, Why do I consider burst? Crit damage, crit attack. If you are building crit, you are always a burst attack. So on top of crit, oh my god, I just choked on my own saliva. So on top of the crit attacks, she is a spellcaster. So if you combine her spell attack and her crit basic attack, her burst attack is like insane. It's gonna be insane if you can land everything. DPS. So DPS. Is she a DPS? In this case, I will consider her a DPS marksman. Why is it? It's because of her playstyle. She is long range, remember? She is long range. So what will happen in a team fight is Layla will always be at the back line. She will always try to use her maximum range to attack you. What that means is she can always safely attack you. Let's say if you are in her range, she will always spam that basic attack and attack you. So this is why, because she has such a long range, she always has like a chance to attack whoever in the range. Because her range is huge. That's why I'll consider her as a DPS. All because she can consistently output a consistent damage. Not consistent damage, but she can consistently output damage. All because of her long range. Yep. I have a bit of problem building my sentence there, but I think it can be understood by you guys, right? Feel free to question, guys. Feel free to question. Let's move on to the next point. How it compares to enemy marksman. Like I said just now, I'll compare it when I overlap with the other marksman, okay? So if you want a quick comparison, Mia versus Layla. Honestly, it's very hard to tell. It's all about skills. A better skill, Mia and Layla, they will win against the other opponent, no doubt. You need skills to play this if they are matched against each other. Then we move on to Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature. Okay, this is a special case. Similar to Mia, yes, I'm gonna refer the marksman to the previous marksman if they are very similar in playstyle, in itemization and all those, okay? I will keep referring to the previous marksman. So for Layla, similar to Mia, attack speed, crit attack. Crit attack speed, marksman. Yep, crit attack speed, marksman. So Wind of Nature, no doubt, can be used. If anything, right? If anything, Wind of Nature should be one of the core items in the late game. If anything, honestly, core item, no doubt. But then Sea Halberd, if you talk about Sea Halberd, it will be the similar problem faced by Mia, which is she needs these items, guys: Husk Claw, Windtalker, and Berserker Fury. She needs to have a high enough crit chance to deal crit damage, to deal crit attack. So the only thing you can swap with is either you can swap with Boots or you swap with this Malefic Roar. So if you swap with Malefic Roar, you face the same problem. If enemy has like blade armor, a lot of physical defense, you'll be doing no damage. So it really depends on team comp. Honestly, Malefic Roar is way better on her. So she is not a marksman that you need to go Sea Halberd. It's bad if possible, right? Don't even think about using Sea Halberd. Same goes for any other marksman. This is a worst case situation, guys. Remember, you only need anti-heal if your team is not building anti-heal. Unless your marksman is synergized well with Sea Halberd, then yes, for sure, go with it. Build it like your but build it like your core items. So now we are done with Layla. What do I think of Layla? Layla is it's like our, if you play Mobile Legends for a very long time, Layla is our kid, our child, our daughter, if you want to say. She holds a special place in every Mobile Legend player's heart. Very special. You know what? Layla, special tier. Our what do I call it? Best marksman. Nah, best tutorial. Best teacher. Okay, let's call her best teacher, guys. Let's call her the best teacher. Honestly, if I were to rank Layla, she will definitely be in C tier. No doubt, she will be in C tier. Oh wait, I'm not showing my screen. Oh my god. Okay. I'll repeat, guys. I'll repeat. Now that we're done with these points, so what do I think of Layla as a whole? Layla, honestly, C tier if you want to play her. No matter what you play, right? Epic rank, Legend rank, Mythic rank, Immortal rank, whatever star, 500 stars. Oh my god. MPL. M5 World Championship. MSC, no matter what rank you are in, Layla will always be in C tier, no doubt. One of my chat pointed out a very good point, which is she is a late game marksman, remember? A late game marksman. So what it means, right? She needs to have an impact. No, she will only have an impact in the late game. So by the time you reach late game, right, you might actually just lose the game before you even reach late game. So you have a chance of losing the game before you even hit your power spike. So yep, C tier for sure. You can't even play her. You can't even enjoy her before the game ends. But honestly, because she is our tutorial teacher, she teaches us how to play Mobile Legends. Everyone played Layla once in their life. Layla, honestly, right, best teacher. She shall be placed in the best teacher category. The tier best, the best teacher tier. Mascot of mlbb. Mascot. I thought Mia is a mascot. Is Layla the mascot? I'm pretty sure Mia is a mascot, right? Yo, you never touched Layla before? I thought when you enter the game, you are forced to play Layla. Right, you are forced to play Layla when you enter the game. As a new player. Oh my god. Okay, let's not step out of the topic, guys. Let's not get out of the topic. Unless you buy an account. Unless you buy an account. Tutorial hero. Yeah, tutorial hero sounds better. Tutorial hero sounds better. Because teacher, honestly, everyone can be a teacher. Okay, best tutorial hero. Oh, not bad, not bad. Why if I type more than that? Nah, let's stick to tutorial hero. Okay, voted by majority. Actually, not majority, but chosen within the chat. I've decided she will be labeled as the tutorial hero. Not C tier, not B tier, not S tier. Tutorial hero. Okay, tutorial hero. So next marksman. The next one I can think of is, who should I talk about? Hanabi, right? Let's talk about Hanabi, guys. Let's talk about Hanabi. Hanabi is a very special hero, guys. Hanabi. So before I start with the tier list, guys, if you guys didn't know, I'm a Malaysia Hanabi, guys. Top Malaysia Hanabi. Oh wait, more than a Malaysia Hanabi. I'm a global Hanabi, guys. My highest was Malaysia number 2. So in case you guys want to know, highest is Malaysia number 2. Hanabi is a very unique hero. Why would I say that? Because Hanabi, she immune to crowd control. Yes, she immune to crowd control. Unlike Mia, who can purify crowd control skill, Hanabi immune crowd control. The keyword is immune. Not remove, but immune. So that is a very special trick up her sleeve. So first thing first. Early, mid, late. What kind of marksman is she? Honestly, early game and late game. Okay, guys? I'll consider her an early game and late game hero. Not a mid game hero. So what it means is, when you start the game, pre-level 4, you know, pre-level 4, she will have an advantage against enemy marksman. She can draw the enemy marksman very well. But then after you reach level 4, this is where a problem comes. She sort of stuck at level 4 and beyond. That is when she needs to sort of rely on items to do damage. So mid game she's gonna suffer until late game where she has items, right? Then only she will come back online and start to dominate the game. So early and late game hero, not a mid hero. So let me off the tier list and talk about items. That's fine. Hanabi. Where is Hanabi? Hanabi. Oh wait, I just noticed my previous build is not here. Okay, let's use a proper build. Let's use a proper build. Proper build. We need to stay relatable. Okay, this is what you expect a Hanabi to build. As a Hanabi player, this is what you expect a Hanabi to build. She is a very special marksman, where her power spike happens after... How do I say this? Because she's an early game marksman. So technically level 1 you already have power spike. You already have an advantage. So okay, if I want to talk about other than early game, her power spike happens after she completes the Trinity build. So So before I say anything, Hanabi is a Trinity build marksman. She needs the Trinity build item. You can't go quick item on her. I tried it before, it sucks. So always go Trinity build on Hanabi. So now if we move back the topic, power spike where? It will be this item, this specific item, golden staff. That will be your power spike. In terms of level, technically she does not rely too much on level. So you can sort of ignore the level. She is tied to what kind of items you have. So golden staff. Mobility comparison. This is another special thing about Hanabi is for Hanabi, right, she does not have a dash. But then her skill 1 provides you movement speed boost as well as crowd control immunity. So crowd control immunity includes stun, knockup, pushback, what else? Slow, all this, except for suppression. She can immune everything except for suppression. This is how good her immune is. So in terms of mobility, right, she will have extra movement speed boost after using her skill 1. But then because her skill 1 sort of immune slow effect and a lot of crowd control, you can sort of give an advantage in Hanabi because even though she has a movement speed boost, she can still run away from enemy. All because you cannot stun her. You cannot trap her, you cannot stun her, you cannot lock in. You cannot lock her in. So mobility wise, she is better than other marksmen in terms of having an extra movement speed boost. Yep. Oh my god. Why is it so hard to talk about Hanabi? I'm struggling. Wait, let me drink water. Why can 1-1 use it? So we will talk about that when we reach to 1-1. So where was I? I'm done with mobility. Now next thing, crit or Trinity build. She is a Trinity build marksman, guys. She is a Trinity build marksman. Let me repeat. Trinity build marksman, not a crit marksman. If you go crit, she is unplayable. So what this means is, in a case where you are facing against a crit marksman, something like a Mia or Layla, you will lose against them. Why? Because Trinity build is good against high HP pool. If you are going against like a low HP pool marksman, which is your counterpart, the enemy marksman, you will lose because they have higher burst damage. So simple math, simple calculation. Next, long range burst or DPS. For Hanabi, I will consider her as long range. Why? It's because her passive, her basic attack passive is she can bounce her damage. When she basic attack someone, it will bounce. So you can sort of reach their backline much easier using her bounce. So long range, yes, sure. Burst, no. She is definitely not a burst marksman, guys. She is not a burst marksman. To be honest, all the Trinity build are not burst marksman. DPS, yes, she is a DPS because, like I said, Trinity build, all Trinity build are DPS. And then if you add on long range from her basic attack, she can bounce her basic attack some more. So definitely a DPS marksman, no doubt, no doubt. Next is how it compares to enemy marksman. Like I said before, I will compare it when I overlap someone. So for example, if I want to place Hanabi on top of Mia, then sure, I will compare. Why is she better? Why is she worse? But in this case, right, Hanabi... Okay, I won't rate it first. I won't rate it yet. Let's move on with the other benchmark. Then only I'll rate it. Ability to use Sea Halberd. So if you come to my screen, right? If you go to my screen, power spike items for Trinity build: Corrosion Sight, Demon Hunter Sword, Golden Staff. There is 3 items in your item slot. All you have left is 2. What are you gonna build? Let's say you are going against a physical defense heavy team. Enemy go like Blade Armor, Dominance Eyes, Antique, whatever physical defense, right? You will need this. You will need Malefic Roar. But guys, for my experience, right, for Trinity build marksman, if enemy don't have more than 1 physical defense item, you can sort of ignore this. Go with Sea Halberd, no problem. Honestly, for my opinion, I actually go Sea Halberd after my power spike items, my Trinity items. Because if you look at Sea Halberd, right, let me move my... If you look at Sea Halberd, it provides you attack speed, 20% attack speed. And then we go back to the fundamentals of a Trinity build. You trigger the item passive, you know, the DHS and Corrosion Side item passive. What Golden Staff do is it will double your passive. So how do you trigger your passive even more? It is by attacking faster. So if you look at Sea Halberd, it provides you 20% attack speed. So it actually synergizes well with you, the Trinity build user. So let me go back. Boop, boop. So having Sea Halberd as your core item, part of your core item, is actually quite decent. Honestly, it's a good experience. Then if we talk about Wind of Nature, honestly, from my experience playing Hanabi, you don't really need Wind of Nature unless enemy has like, let's say Fanny. Enemy has a Fanny. But honestly, if you have Fanny, you don't really need Wind of Nature. All because, right? All because. Let me go back. For Hanabi players, your only spell is Aegis. You only use Aegis. Like look at this. Pro setups. Everyone is using Aegis. This is your best spell. The best spell for Hanabi. Aegis is your best spell. So by having Aegis as your spell, you are already tankier than like other marksmen. You're already tankier than other marksmen. On top of that, your first skill actually provides a bit of shield. So if you add everything together, she is actually insanely tanky. So instead of going Wind of Nature, right, which she does not need it, she don't need Wind of Nature honestly, you can go with something like this, Rose Gold Meteor. Then she'll have even more shield, more sustainability, like crazy, man. She'll become Esmeralda. So she can use Wind of Nature, but she don't need Wind of Nature, if you guys know what I mean. She don't need it. In terms of Sea Halberd, yeah, sure, you can use it, no problem. It's very good for her. So that's these two items for her. Very special case. No, very special case. Okay, one of my chat pointed out another good point is for Hanabi, right, her bounce, her passive, when you basic attack, if you bounce and reach the backline, if you reach the other target. So this basic attack, the bounce petals, right, if you also trigger the item passive, something like a Sea Halberd, the passive is when you hit somebody, you have anti-heal on that person. In this case, the bounce petal, the petal bouncing onto another target, will also trigger anti-heal. So keep in mind, Sea Halberd is extremely good for her. Very, very good for her. Next thing, HP based attack is OP. No need to consider this. This for other heroes. So we are done with that. Go back tier list. Honest thought. My honest thought. Is Hanabi a good hero? She is definitely a tier below Mia. From someone from... Okay, I don't want to brag or anything. From an ex-global Hanabi player, if you know how to play her, if you know how to integrate her into your team, right, she can be A tier. Not S tier, but A tier. She can be A tier for sure. If you know what you are doing, if you know enemy is heavy in terms of crowd control skills, Hanabi is like one of the best marksmen you can play. If enemy has like Kufra, if you feel like, and there's no Kufra at all because you use Hanabi. So it's more of a niche counter pick. Yeah, Hanabi is a counter pick to your enemy. If you pick her early on, for sure she is like C or B tier, no doubt. So because from someone who knows how to play Hanabi, I know her potential is S tier, no doubt. But then I also know that for some people, right, they don't know how to use Hanabi. What will happen is they do not abuse her crowd control immunity. They do not build Trinity build. They go crit damage build like, holy shit. And their spell is wrong. They are not using Aegis. So in that case, she is a trash marksman, guys. Trash marksman. Very, very shit. Also, she don't have a dash. So if you don't know how to position, she sucks. So what is the conclusion? A, B, or C? Good question. From my honest opinion, guys, she is a B tier marksman if you know what you're doing. But most people don't know what they're doing. C tier. Easy C tier. One of the easiest. because people don't know what to do. The people just don't know how to play. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on. Next one will be... Yo, what time is it? 1 hour. Oh my god. Do I need to speed up? Guys, am I yapping too much, guys? Am I yapping too much, or is the information actually useful for you guys? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Is it useful to go that in-depth into the information about the hero itself? Do you guys find it useful? Do you guys understand what I'm talking about? I'll wait for your reply. Meanwhile, I'll drink water. Stay hydrated, guys. I can skip the crit and Trinity build explanation. Crit and Trinity build. Okay, how about this? How about this? I don't compare it anymore. I don't compare crit and Trinity build. I just directly integrate crit and Trinity build into my powers. Okay, into this point. Same point as power spike. I'll integrate it. Like after I explain the power spike items, then I just stop there. I just stop there. Better, right? It's better, right? I don't compare it anymore. Yeah, okay. Honestly, right? I don't think it matters until the point where you want to counterpick. If you want to counterpick, then it matters. But how often do people counterpick nowadays? How often do people do that? People don't do that anymore. So let me move this. Oh, so scarf, guys. It's okay, guys. New streamer. Bound to have problem. Okay, guys. Looks good. Okay. All good. I'll move on. I'll continue. If you long time viewer, you will be asking, why do I not include Sky Piercer? Why do I talk about Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature? Where is Sky Piercer? Honestly, Sky Piercer is dead, guys. Don't use Sky Piercer. Unless you are a Sky Piercer enjoyer. Nah, I'll stop the yap. Because it sucks. Hey, you agree? Okay, nice. So let's continue. Clint. Wait, who's our next marksman? Is there a marksman that is old? Okay, let's talk about Kimi. I'll try to touch on the... I'll touch on the weaker, not unpopular marksman first. Then I'll include one popular marksman so people don't go away. You know what? Let's do that. Let's include something like a Harif, so people won't click away when they look at it. Oh, finally they talk about Harif. Something like this. Okay, let's start. So the next guy we will talk about is Harif. A special boy, a mage, but then got pushed away into gold lane because he is one of the best gold laner. Personally, I'm a Supreme Harif last season, so I have a lot of experience playing Harif. Whatever I say, you can trust to the fullest. So first point, early, mid to late game. Early game, yes. Mid game, yes. Oh, early and mid game? For sure. Late game he sucks, right? No. Late game also. Yo, Harif is a special case, guys. Harif is good early till the late game. He's a good hero that scales from early game to late game. That's why he's the meta, guys. Anyway, power spike. Where? Power spike, very simple. If I look at the items, where's Harif? Okay. Harif items. I will ignore my build. I'll use the typical build. Typical build is this. Yo, immortal. Okay, this is a typical build. Typical Harif build. In one of my videos that I've done previously, I have sort of made a guide about Harif. So one of the basics of Harif is you must achieve a cooldown reduction. Not cooldown reduction, but you must achieve a cooldown of 30% minimum. It is a requirement because if your cooldown is less than 30%, you will be unable to spam your dashes. So if you guys are interested, go check it out. Go check out the video. I'll link it in this video as well. So there's that 30% cooldown is very important. So where is the power spike? The power spike is here. First you must sort of have these two items. 20%. These two items. This is the power spike. After you complete these two items, you are good to go. You are good to spam your skills, guys. You can now spam your second skill. But keep in mind, you have to have a mage emblem using a cooldown reduction talent. If not, you will not able to achieve 30% cooldown reduction. Okay. Any details, just watch my Harif guide. You will enjoy it. All the things you need to know about Harif is there. After a video, you can play Harif like a global, no problem. So the power spike is here. These two items. In terms of leveling, he normally, if you play Harif, he will reach level 4 before you have a 30% cooldown reduction. So in this case, he is not bound by a level. However, getting level 4 do help a lot, because by using your ulti, even though you can't spam your second skill, right, it is still, you can still lower your second skill cooldown. You can't spam it, but you will still lower the cooldown. So it still helps. So level 4 is important, but the power spike, by having these two items, is the most important. Next will be long range, burst, or DPS. Long range, nah. His range is very short. I mean, first of all, he's a mage, right? He's not a marksman. So his range is very short. Burst, I'll consider him as a burst damage. Why? Because when you play Harif, your first skill deals like insane damage, your first skill. So your first skill basically has like this circle, you have this circular area. If enemy is inside, if you crit and deal more damage. So if you can land that, plus your enhanced basic attack, if you deal a lot of damage. So burst damage for sure. She's a burst hero. So on top of the combo, right, keep in mind, one of his power spike item is this Starlium Sight, the second item, Starlium Sight. What it does is it provides you true damage whenever you cast a skill. Your basic attack will have a extra true damage after you cast a skill. It will only add on to your burst damage. So yep, burst damage hero. DPS. Is he a DPS? He is a DPS. Why? It's because he can spam his second skill. But then keep in mind, you need to have your ulti and also your 30% cooldown. After you have 30% cooldown reduction and also your ulti, you can spam your second skill. That is when he will become a DPS, because he can consistently deal damage. Okay, so all three of these, only these two apply: burst and DPS. He is not a long range marksman. More ability comparison. This is quite simple. I'm pretty sure everyone faced a Harif before. It's basically a cat that dash left and right. So he can spam his or her. Oh wait, it's a his. He can spam his second skill pretty much all the time if he has enough mana. So his mobility is like crazy, guys. His mobility is crazy. Just keep dashing. Just keep dashing. So next on how it compares, I will not compare until I'm required to compare. But if you were to ask me, he is one of the best marksmen, if not the best. Not marksman, but goal laner, yeah. One of the best goal laner, if not the best goal laner. Ability to use Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature. Okay, in this case, right, I will not talk about Sea Halberd, but Glowing Wand. Okay, Glowing Wand. In this case, this is called Glowing Wand. Glowing Wand will be this item right here. This item. If I move away my text. Oh yeah, I can just put this over here. Oh my god, why have I not thought of that? So Glowing Wand, Glowing Wand, Glowing Wand. Glowing Wand is the same effect as Sea Halberd. Basically, you deal damage to a person, you have anti-heal on that person. It's that simple. Similar to Sea Halberd, you need to deal damage to have the anti-heal effect. The only problem right here is, if you see Glowing Wand, right, the item does not provide cooldown reduction. Unlike Feather, there's cooldown reduction. Starlium Sight, cooldown reduction. So these two items are very, very good for him. But this Glowing Wand, nah. He it cannot, it does not synergize well with Harif. So if you were to ask me, can you replace not Stadium, but can you replace Glowing Wand with Holy Crystal? Can you replace it? Like any of these items? From my experience, no. You do not replace any of the item with Glowing Wand. Why? It's because Harif is a... how do I call it? He's a damage dealer. Burst damage dealer, like I said just now. Her main target, right, is to go full damage. Full damage, and also he has a prerequisite which is to meet 30% cooldown reduction. So this guy, right, this guy has a mission to fulfill. So you can't really go another item, to be honest. This is one of the best items. Holy Crystal for him, because main damage dealer again. Without this Holy Crystal, right, I'm pretty sure your damage fell off like quite a lot. You really need this Holy Crystal. A Harif with a Holy Crystal and without a Holy Crystal is like a completely different hero. Keep in mind, keep in mind. So there is that. Glowing Wand does not synergize well. It does not provide cooldown reduction and all that. So out. Let's get out. Let me delete this. I'll leave the Glowing Wand here because there's nothing. Oh, I'm done. So go back to tier list. How do I compare Harif? Like I said, he scales very well from the early to late game. He scales extremely well, if anything. His power spike comes right after 2 items, which is a lot better than crit item marksman with 3 items, and also Trinity build. Same goes, 3 items. So his power spike comes early, much earlier than all the other marksmen. In terms of mobility, one of the most mobile gold laner you can have, legit. So, yep. S tier, no doubt. One of the best marksmen. Not marksman, best gold laner. If you can use... The only problem with Harif I can see is his difficulty. Not everyone can play Harif. So, not just difficulty, right? You need to have good ping. If your Wi-Fi is lagging, you can't even dash. So you need to have good ping. You need to have certain amount of skills to play Harif. Then only he will be S tier. Other than that... Yep. Other than that, for some players, maybe A tier. Worst case, B tier. He is never C tier. So S tier, for now, definitely S tier, no doubt, no doubt. Next target, guys, next target. Next target will be... Kimi. Another mage hero, guys, another mage hero. Honestly, Kimi is a sassy hero, if I want to label her. Very sus, because why? Her early game sucks. Her mid game sucks. So if you remove both of these, you only have late game. Same problem with Layla. The game could have just ended before you reach late game. So, yeah. Let's start with C. Let's start off with C tier. So, move on to power spike. Where is her power spike? So if I show the itemization, right? Her item... Kimi. Where is Kimi? So let's grab a very common build, okay? A common build. Do we not have common build? Okay, if I were to play Kimi, I will build something like this. Is there no common build? Okay, this is good, this is good. If I were to play Kimi, this is what I will build. This second build. So... Power spike. Why do I say she has no early game and mid game? Because right, even though you go Arcane Boots that provides 10 magic penetration, and then second item, you go something like Genius Wand, which reduces enemy magic defense. Even with these 2 items, right, when you play Kimi, you feel like nothing is happening. You have no damage at all for some reason. So it's just a hero problem. She got over nerfed, we can say. And then, if you want to ask where exactly is the power spike, right? I can tell you it's after she built Holy Crystal. Okay? After she built Holy Crystal. Holy Crystal is one of the items that gives you a huge boost in terms of damage. So if you can use Holy Crystal, then that will be your power spike. It's just that simple. But keep in mind, Holy Crystal is extremely expensive. You can only like buy it after like mid and late game. Mid to late game. So yep. In terms of level, she technically don't have a level power spike. All her ulti does is a long range AoE attack. But then you don't even have damage, right? You don't even have damage. So So even if you can use your ult, you don't have damage. You need to have Holy Crystal. So there it is. A late game hero, late game magic hero. So now look at long range burst or DPS. Her range is not long. She has no burst damage. Again, no burst damage. DPS, sure, after your Holy Crystal. But to be fair, right, if you go something like a Glowing Wand passive is you can deal HP based damage. So if you are facing against a tank or something, you can consistently touch them or hit them. Then your DPS, you can have your DPS early on. But to be honest, nowadays you don't even see a tanky meta. You see assassins everywhere. So Glowing Wand is not really a good passive. It does not have a good passive right now. So you still need to rely on Holy Crystal. So DPS only after you have the core items. Mobility. In terms of mobility, she is a bit special where she can attack while moving. Same as Irithel. She can attack while moving. On top of that, she also has a dash in her second skill. So by having these two mechanics in her, she is considered as a very mobile hero, you can say. One of the mobile marksmen in the game. If we compare to enemy marksmen, which we do not compare because I already mentioned it, only compare when they overlap with each other. So the next thing will be the ability to use anti-heal and also Wind of Nature. Keep in mind, Kimi is a magic based marksman. Although she does scale a bit with physical attacks, you do not want to go Wind of Nature because whatever Wind of Nature provides, right? Whatever Wind of Nature provides, it does not help her at all. So don't build Wind of Nature unless you are desperate. It does not synergize with her. Sea Halberd, nah, she's magic damage. You only go Glowing Wand. Glowing Wand for her is good because she does not have a lot of damage. What happened to Kimi is you sort of rely on this Glowing Wand passive to deal damage in the early game. You know, you consistently hit the enemy. So she is a very compatible marksman to use Glowing Wand. You can always use this item like part of a core item. So she can be an anti-heal item user. This is very good on her, if anything. Trade-off, right? Trade-off. Not a lot of damage, but she can go anti-heal. So she's a very good DPS. Very good DPS. Stay in the fight, help out in the fight, provide utility, all this. So if you go back here list, what do I feel about Kimi? Honestly, nowadays, right, if you see a Kimi on the enemy side, you are happy. You're actually happy. You should be happy. Early game, you are pretty sure you have an advantage because she's not going to do anything. She is not going to do anything, honestly. On top of that, right, Kimi, her energy drains like very fast. So you can't even use your enhanced first skill for like a long period. She needs to have blue buff to use that for a long period. So after all the nerfs, C tier, man, C tier. Behind Hanabi for sure. She is behind Hanabi for sure. Not just that, Radiant Armor counters her perfectly because she attacked multiple times, right? So they would have an item to counter her, and she's already not that good. So yeah, just sad to be a bit a Kimi main, you know. Sad to be a Kimi main. So Kimi C tier at most. Sadly, nothing much I can say. It is what it is. Next thing will be crit. Let's grab a crit hero, okay? Bruno. Let's grab Bruno. Ixia which tier? Not yet Ixia. Ixia is one of the good tier. If I want spoiler, Ixia will be A tier. A or B tier. Spoiler. A or B tier. Oh my god, 11:30. I need to speed up a bit. So let's move on to Bruno. Early, mid, or late game? Early game. Early to mid. Yeah. Early game to mid game. Yeah. Early game to mid game. I will not consider him late game hero because for my own experience, right, Bruno late game actually don't feel as overwhelming as other marksmen. Like you never talk about Bruno late game is scary. You always talk about Bruno early game and mid game is scary. So this is why I consider him as early to mid game. So power spike where? Very simple. Another crit attack marksman, so it's gonna be very fast for you guys. Bruno. Okay, this will be the item. Mana boots, mana boots. Okay, power spike items where honestly, right, Bruno is a special case. For Bruno, what you will do is you always build Harsh Claw as your first item. You always go this. So if you ask me what is his power spike, I will just tell you his power spike is Harsh Claw. Because right, in the early game, enemy will never build Harsh Claw as the first item. They will always go either Boots, Windtalker or something else. They will never go Harsh Claw. Or if they are Trinity build, they will go Corrosion side. They will go Corrosion side if they are Trinity build. So by having Harsh Claw, right, Bruno's passive gives you extra crit rate. Harsh Claw already gives you like a ton of crit rate. So in the early game, you can already consistently crit your basic attack. And on top of that, you can have a sustain. Harsh Claw provides a lot of sustain for Bruno. So by having this as a first item, you are already better than a lot of marksmen in the early game. So this is his early game power spike. So if you want to talk about mid game power spike, then I will say it's after Berserker Fury. After Berserker Fury, then it will be mid game power spike, where if he crits, it will hit harder. In terms of level, nah, Bruno don't really care about level. It's more onto items. Long range or burst or DPS. Bruno, I will consider him not as long range. Not long range, definitely. So if you want me to label him in a mid range, okay, middle range. Burst, yes, because he is a crit attack. He is a critical reliant marksman. So burst damage for sure. DPS, nah. He is not a DPS. If you play Bruno, right, if you crit, that is good. But sometimes you don't crit. That is where your damage fell off like instantly. So DPS, oh my god. DPS, right? If you don't crit, your DPS fell into the drain. So let's label him as burst marksman. In terms of mobility, his second skill gives you a dash. And also, you can stun people while you dash. So nothing special in terms of mobility, right? But this is a very special skill for him because you can stun enemy. Not a lot of marksmen can stun enemy or cancel skill or whatever. Having CC in a marksman actually is a good thing. It's a good thing. Something like a Brody second skill. Brody will kiss you, right? So having a crowd control skill as a marksman helps a lot. So even though he only have one mobility skill, it's still okay. You can consider him as quite mobile. So on top of that, right, Bruno actually does not rely on spell that much. He can use Speaker, he can use Purify, AG, Inspire, whatever you want. So if you want to include Purify and Flicker into his kit, then yes, he is very mobile. He can dash with second skill, he can use Flicker to get out from fights. So he is very mobile if you want to use Flicker. Next thing is ability to use Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature. Okay, this is a very weird case. Bruno, right, like I mentioned before, I mentioned a lot of times for all the crit marksmen. So like Mia, Layla, I mentioned it before. Crit attack Bruno, crit attack marksman cannot synergize that well with Sea Halberd because they need to have a minimum crit chance, right, to be able to crit. Bruno, even though his passive allows him to have extra crit rate, you still sort of need one more crit item to be comfortable. Like, at least from my experience, you need at least 3 crit items to be comfortable critting your basic attack. If not, then half of the time you may not even be critting. It's that crazy, guys. So if you put in Windtalker, where do you put Sea Halberd? No, there's nowhere for you to put Sea Halberd, man. There's no longer a space for you to put Sea Halberd, guys. Wind of Nature, you need it. Why? Because Bruno, like I said, he is not a long-range attacker. Even though he has good mobility, he is sort of a bruiser, you know? He is someone you fight by going all in. He's that type of marksman. When you fight someone, you want to go all in. Dive turret or whatever you want. All in. Crit the hell out of your basic attack. Burst them down. So because of that, he is constantly in a dangerous position. This is why you need Wind of Nature. So if you look at this, pro setups, a lot of them are using Wind of Nature. A lot of them. Wind of Nature, Immortal, all this shit. Wind of Nature. Because, like I said, he is a type of marksman that you need to fight all in. He is constantly in a dangerous position. So Wind of Nature is perfect for him. In terms of anti-heal items like Sea Halberd, then nah, no synergy at all. Don't go for it unless... You know what, just don't go for it. Don't go for it. Don't even consider it. don't even consider it. So that is that. Bruno. Not bad, not bad. Decent marksman. But then if you ask me, what is his tier, right? When I play marksman, whenever I see a Bruno, my first impression is early game, ouch. Early game, it hurts. But I'm never afraid of, oh, late game, am I afraid of Bruno gonna come back? Something like Mia. You are afraid of Mia gonna come back, right, every time. But for Bruno, right, I'm only scared of early game and mid game. If I reach the late game, I'm actually gonna have more confidence. Oh, Bruno gonna fell off in the late game, something like that. So Bruno, right, is a very special case. If you can snowball with Bruno, he is one of the best. A tier, if you can snowball. Even S tier if you are quitting for 100%, right? If you can quit for 100%, oh my god, for sure S tier. But you can't. you can't quit for 100%. So at most A tier, because random, you know, random quit chance. But then, keep in mind, if you cannot snowball, if you are playing a losing game, that means your early game is gone, your mid game is gone, and then your late game, you don't even have a late game. So out of nowhere, he fell into C tier. Top of C tier for sure. Top of C tier. Okay, maybe not C tier, but low B tier. Low B tier. A low, very low B tier if you are playing a losing game. So these are two extreme cases, right? There are two extreme cases. So what I can rate him is at the start of B tier. For sure at the start of B tier. Then if we check, okay, after we rate the A tier, then we will sort of see if Bruno can move up or not. Probably the like behind A tier or something like that. So that is Bruno. B for Bruno, right, guys? B for Bruno. Still have so many marksmen to go. Oh my god, yeah. I'm talking two details here. If only I can go 1-1. No one, I feel like A tier. Okay, next. Moscow, S tier. Something like that. It'll be like 30 minutes gone. Okay. Now, okay, since I'm talking about crit marksman, right? Let me go through all the crit marksmen. All of it. Our next crit marksman will be who is it? Crit marksman. Who do we have? Leslie, very special case. Early game, nah, no early game. Mid game, if you are snowballing, maybe. But for sure, late game. Leslie is another late game hero. No doubt. So power spike, where? Oh, where is Leslie's power spike? Leslie. Where's Leslie? Oh, it is good. Okay. Power spike. Where is her power spike? After BOD, guys. Her power spike is after BOD. Depending BOD or Sea Halberd, depending on which item you are. But I'll say the 4th attack item. Her power spike will be the 4th attack item. Technically, you can consider her as a crit attack marksman because her true damage crits. But then she is a very special marksman where she deals true damage when she crits or use her passive. So let's consider her not a crit marksman, okay? Consider as a true damage marksman. Only her, right? Only her. So after the 4th item is where you will get a power spike. In terms of level, there is pretty much not a big difference. Your level 4 sort of give you like vision on the map. That's all. Vision of the map. And also another passive that you can use. That's it. So don't really care about level. You care about the power spike more. Long range, yes, she has one of the longest range if anything. Burst, for sure, she deals true damage that you cannot immune. True damage that melt. My tongue is tight. My tongue was tight. Okay, she deals burst damage. She deals true damage that can melt tanks easily because you know true damage goes through everything. And on top of that, is she a DPS? She is not a DPS, guys. At most, right? At most, Leslie can squeeze in 4 enhanced basic attack. At most. 4 enhanced basic attack. After the 4th one, you need to wait for your cooldown to be done for another true damage attack. So not a DPS, more of a burst damage marksman. So mobility. Mobility. Is she a mobile marksman? She, in fact, is very not mobile. Immobile marksman. First skill allows her to move fast and invisible, which is good. Like it's good. It's a good thing. Second skill is a dash, but it's technically not a dash. It's more onto a knock back. She does not dash very far behind. So second skill is not really a dash. So it's a bad mobility skill. However, she does move very fast. Also, one thing about one thing about Leslie is whenever you basic attack, she will just stand there. And then because she is not a fast attacker, she will just stand there most of the time when you attack. So in terms of mobility, she's very average. She can move fast, she don't have dash. Not a mobile marksman. So next will be ability to use Sea Harbor going one on Wind of Nature. Okay, for Leslie, this is good because Sea Harbor is actually one of I wanted to say his, but one of her core items. Sea Harbor is actually one of her core items. So if you look at the pro setups, you can see a few Sea Harbor left and right. Sea Harbor, Sea Harbor, Sea Harbor. I even see top global. Some of the top globals they built Sea Harbor. But Sky Piercer, I'm actually very surprised why people go like Sky Piercer. I've never tried it myself, but Sky Piercer can sort of work on Leslie. I can see it working. So she can use Sea Harbor. It's actually very good on her. So good, that is good. She can use NTU, very good. But keep in mind, she is single target. Okay? She is single target. So your Sea Harbor anti-heal passive will only work onto that specific target. I like Hanabi, who can attack a bunch of people, right? She is single target. Okay. Next thing. No, next thing. Nice, we are done. Leslie, what do I feel about Leslie? I have seen global Leslie play before. Insane damage. But survivability, right? Ooh, she is not good. She does not have survivability at all. So even though her damage can be A tier or even S tier, but because of the mobility problem, right? She low B tier. She will be moved into like low B tier. On top of Mia, maybe on top of Mia. Yeah, or better than Mia. If you know what to do with Leslie, better than Mia. They're way below Bruno. For sure, way below Bruno. Again, she's a late game hero, so early game you won't be doing shit. Keep in mind. Early game you won't be doing shit. Oh wait, I did not open my tier list. Oh my god, guys. Gone case, guys. Gone case. Let me explain again, guys. Okay, after all of that, right? Leslie, in my opinion, should be somewhere in the middle of Mia and Bruno. Why? First of all, she's a late game hero. Because she's a late game hero, early to mid game you'll be doing nothing. Your damage is very like it won't impact the game so much. Unless your team is snowballing, that is good. Then she is easier to use than Mia, however, right? She is easier to use than Mia. Because her range, right? Her range is further than Mia. What it means is even though you are bad in positioning, you will still be able to hit the enemy from a safe distance. Yeah. So above Mia, for the common marksman players, right? Gold laners, she is above Mia for sure. Next will be E-Retail. E-Retail, guys, E-Retail. Is E-Retail a early, mid game or late game hero? I will consider her early game and late game. It's a very special case. Early game, why? Because she is a skill caster. Her first skill and second skill deals like insane damage in the early game. Okay, in the early game. Once you enter the mid game, you'll be relying on your basic attack more. So you need items. This is why her mid game will fell off a bit. But then once you get all your items right, her late game is actually quite scary. All the crit items, then you'll be bursting down hero. So power spike where? Let's move the itemization. Power spike. Where's power spike? Power spike. Okay, this is a good build. Actually, right? Do I have a better build? I do not have a better build. Yeah, this is quite common. I'm not showing a better build, but I'm showing a common build that people usually use. Okay. So, example, she is a crit attack marksman, similar to Mia, similar to Layla. crit attack. What it means is she will need these items, Windtalker, Hushclaw, and Berserker Fury, as her power spike. As she reaches her power spike, right? She needs to complete all these 3 items. Before that, she deals no damage. So, in terms of level, you can sort of say her level 4 is a power spike because it provides enhanced basic attack, right? The enhanced basic attack is actually quite impactful. It provides quite a lot of damage, and it also is AoE. If you combine that with her skill 1 defense down, you can actually deal a lot of damage. But keep in mind, she is a crit attack marksman, so you still need to crit to deal insane damage. So power spike level 4, items more important than level 4. That's the verdict. Long range, nah, ain't no long range. She is short range. Burst, if you time her skills properly, with your crit, you must make sure you crit. She can be a burst marksman, but mostly, right, she is a DPS because she is very mobile. So if we move into the next category, mobility comparison, she is one of the more mobile marksmen because she can attack while moving. Although she don't have a dash, right, she can sort of use her ulti as a dash. Because her initial stage of her ulti is you can dash first before activating your enhanced basic attack. So you can sort of count her ulti as a dash. But again, it's an ulti, cooldown will be longer than your usual dash. So small dash, and also the advantage of moving around while attacking. So in terms of mobility, she is okay. But because of this advantage you have, right, in terms of mobility, she can consistently kite the enemy and poke them. This is why I'll label her as a sort of a DPS. If you know what you're doing, if you have the items, burst DPS. If you don't have the items, you can't crit, then it's just DPS. No burst at all. So, ability to use Sea Halberd, Glowing Wand, and Wind of Nature. Honestly, Wind of Nature is, if not, one of her core items. If you check this out, all the Evitel build Wind of Nature. Okay, guys, I'm wrong. Yo, cut it out. Not all use Wind of Nature. Cut it out. So Wind of Nature, the passive of Wind of Nature, right? If you look into Wind of Nature, attack speed, attack, and lifesteal, and also immunity. It synergizes well with her. Yeah, it synergizes well, so you can use it for sure, no problem. But in terms of Sea Halberd, right? My personal build, I do use Sea Halberd. But a more common build, they don't use Sea Halberd at all. They rather go Malefic Roar. So is Sea Halberd a good item is a good item for her? Sea Halberd is a good item on her, but the thing is, if enemy has too much physical defense, then Sea Halberd won't help you at all. It's still much better to go Malefic Roar. So you can go Sea Halberd. No problem. She synergizes well with Sea Halberd, but it's not a must to build her. So in desperate cases, you can go with Sea Halberd. No problem. Good. It's quite good. What do I think of Evitel, guys? Let me put down. So what do I think about Evitel? She is another crit attacker, so it will be quite similar to other crit damage dealer for sure. Because, right, Evitel has the ability to kite people, move around freely. It's easier for players to position better with Evitel. So her difficulty is much lower than, let's say, Leslie or Mia. And because of that, I can sort of argue Evitel is the same tier as Leslie, if not better than Leslie. Yeah, if not, right, Evitel is better than Leslie and Mia, all because she can kite while moving. Is it above Bruno? Hell no. Bruno is still better than Evitel. I have a feeling that Bruno might move into A tier, guys. I have a feeling, because Bruno is way better than all of this. So next. What's next? I'll put Clean at the... Okay, let's settle Clean. Clean is another special marksman. Why is he special? He is more of a skill caster. he will abuse the enhanced basic attack and also the endless battle passive. So if you look at the items, right? Items. Where is clean? You look at his items. Endless battle will always be his core item. It will always be his core item. So he's a skill caster, not a basic attacker. Because he is a skill caster, early game for sure he will have the advantage. Early game for sure. Early to mid game. Okay, depending on what you build. Because clean got 2 builds, right? Either you go full attack, no crit, or you go semi attack, semi crit. Semi crit, you know, build Berserker Fury like this. So what I'm showing is a crit build. You can so I'll only talk about crit build over here. So because it's a crit build, right? He sort of scales early to the late game. Why? Because early game you rely on your skills to do damage. After that, right, mid to late game you rely on your crit. So if you combine both of them, right, he scales very well from early to the late game. So he scales very well. Very good marksman. Very good marksman. Power spike. Where is his power spike? I will say his power spike is the first item. Endless battle. Most people build endless battle first, by the way. They go endless battle, then only you go boots. So endless battle is his core item. After your endless battle, right, you can start abusing the passive, which is the true damage passive. You can just spam skills and use your extremely long range to hit the enemy. So this is his power spike, the endless battle. In terms of level 4 helps a lot because level 4 you can store charges, right, in your ulti skill. By storing charges, you can spam it. By spamming the skills, you can keep repeating your endless battle passive. You can keep triggering your true damage. So is he a long range marksman? Yes. His range is, if not one of the longest, same as Leslie. His passive is very far away. So long range marksman, yes. Burst marksman for sure. DPS, no. Again, skill caster and crit damage, crit attacker, they are always burst. Unless you have another reason why you are DPS, they are always burst damage. So he's a long range burst damage marksman. In terms of mobility, he is not mobile at all. His second skill gives you a small dash while stunning the enemy. But then, right, because he is a skill caster, like I said, whenever you cast a skill or enhance basic attack, you are stationary. You can't move like in retail. You are basically on the spot. You are just standing there whenever you cast a skill or cast a enhanced basic attack. So in terms of mobility, he sucks. He has low mobility. But the good thing about him is you can use Flicker because, you know, you don't need Inspire. You can use Purify as well. Purify and Flicker. These 2 items are the best for him. So there is that. Good mobility. If you ask C. Halberd blowing 1 Wind of Nature, does it synergize with him? Okay, let's start with Wind of Nature first because he is not a basic attacker, right? He attacks slow. You want to have... He's a burst damage. He deals burst damage. You want to stack on as high attack stats as possible. So this is where BOD and Hunter Swag comes in. Give him high attack numbers. In terms of Wind of Nature that gives attack speed, nah, you don't really need it. Honestly, it does not synergize with clean. Use it only when you are desperate. But there is a good thing about clean is because his range is very far, very long, you can sort of hit enemy from a safe distance. So your survivability in naturally will be better than other marksmen. So you don't really need Wind of Nature. Unless people is hunting you down like crazy, then you are in a desperate situation, so build it. Other than that, no, don't go with Wind of Nature. Then C. Halberd. Can you use C. Halberd? You can. Why? Because if you look at clean items, right, you want to stack on as high attack stats as possible. C. Halberd gives you 75 if I'm not wrong. Oh no, it gives you 80. It's similar to Hunter Strike if anything. So in a very, like, let's say you really need anti-heal, you can just sacrifice a bit of your cooldown reduction for C. Halberd. So you can have anti-heal. So it's sort of synergized. The high physical attack gives you, it stacks on with clean. Okay, it stacks on with clean's true damage, so it helps a lot. So that's clean. What do I feel of? Well, let me tell you. Okay, that is clean. What do I feel about him? Honestly, right, after the recent buff on clean, where his early game is dealing more damage, right, he is in fact A tier. I'll put him in S tier when I actually lose against a clean. But for now, I don't lose against clean. So A tier for now, A tier for now. He is way ahead of all these marksmen, by the way. He should be anything close to S or A tier, in the middle, if you want me to ask, if you're asking me. So while my chat has said, Clint has high flexibility in his itemization. True, this is also true. For Clint, right, like I said before, like when I start talking about Clint, you can go either full attack without the crit, or you go with semi-crit. You have Berserker Fury in it. Then another way of building Clint is semi-tank. You go Thunderbelt first. So you are tanky a bit. You can still use the 3 damage. So it's very flexible when you use Clint. Unlike other marksmen, right? Other critical reliant marksmen or Trinity build marksmen, they are stuck with one build. But for Clint, it's quite flexible. So that's another advantage. So A tier for Clint. Next will be Ixia. Someone want Ixia, right? Okay, Kalki want me to do Ixia. So let's move on to Ixia. Ixia is a very special marksman. Early, mid game, or late game. She, early game, nice, very nice. Mid game, very. She scales very well from the early to the mid to the late game. Wait, what am I saying? She scales very well from early game to the late game. So power spike, where honestly for me, because okay, let me show you guys the item. Ixia, you need to check out her item. For Ixia, right, she is a special case because she does not go with crit item. She also does not go with Trinity build. Yo, what's wrong with my item? Let me find a proper item. Okay, this is a proper item. Proper item. Okay, this is the typical item. She does not scale with crit attack. She does not use Trinity build. So what you need on her is actually attack speed. You need attack speed on him and also sort of a higher physical attack stats. So the power spike happens when you have your level 4, to be honest. Before level 4, right, you are very strong already, but once you hit the level 4 is where you have an AoE attack, right? You can drone people, you can fight people under the turret, all of this. So his power spike is more onto level power spike for me. But if you want to ask what item makes her stronger, like the power spike item, then I will say second or third item. You can swap these two, no problem. Second or third item. After this, then this is where you hit your power spike in terms of itemization, okay? So in terms of mobility, okay, let's move on to mobility. Oh wait, before that, long range burst or DPS. She is a long range marksman, all because her ulti hits very far. Burst damage, why? Because she is also a skill caster. You can combo her ulti with second skill and first skill, then boom. All of a sudden you do a lot of damage. DPS, yes, she... Burst or DPS? Okay, DPS, she attack quite fast. She can't really crit, so there's no... The burst, the only reason she is burst damage is not because of crit. So if you want to ask, is she a DPS? You can sort of consider her as a DPS. Keep in mind, she also gain a bit of sustain when attacking. Her passive is when you hit 3 times, then she will life steal back a bit. So in a long fight, if you keep attacking against the Ixia, she will actually have an advantage because she has high sustain. So DPS for sure. Mobility. Let's move on to mobility. She has 0 mobility. Okay? 0 mobility. Let's get out of the way. 0 mobility. If you are using Ixia, please use Flicker. She can't dash away. You need Flicker. Don't even think about Purify. Just use Flicker. So ability to use Sea Halberd. Yo, Sea Halberd is actually one of her core items. Like I said, she needs an item that gives you attack speed and also gives you high physical attack stats. So Sea Halberd actually synergizes with her extremely well. Wind of Nature. You can build it. No problem building Wind of Nature. Because she has no mobility, right? So you sort of need a bit of sustain. Wind of Nature helps a lot. So, but you will be sacrificing a bit of damage. Keep in mind. So Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature is very good on her. You can consider Wind of Nature. Sea Albert definitely good on her. Very good on her. So that's it for Ixia. That's it for Ixia. Honestly, from my experience, I do play Ixia. At one point, my Ixia is like 80% or 85% win rate at one point. In this current meta, we are facing against assassins, a lot of assassins. So having no mobility kind of sucks, honestly. So she will have survivability issue for sure. But then her damage is very consistent. And also she has long range, right? So that puts her like... Yeah, that already puts her above someone who has a later power spike and also reliant on items. Crit items, Trinity build, they are reliant on items. So Ixia already have an advantage in the early game compared to all these items, or all these marksmen. So from my experience, Ixia should be above Iritail and Leslie and Mia and all of this. She should be above them. In some cases, right, Ixia is actually better than Bruno. Ixia is back... No, wait, why is Iritail? In some cases, Ixia is better than Bruno. But then, because we are facing against assassins, we kind of need the mobility. So they are around the same. The top of B tier. Next will be Brody. Let's go with Brody. Let's go with Brody. Brody, I'm a little bit biased because I don't like Brody. But hey, I'll throw bias out of the window for you guys. No bias over here. Brody. Is he a late game, early game, or mid game hero? He is in fact not early game. Level 4. His power spike is at level 4. So if you're running power spike, his power spike is level 4. Early game before level 4, his basic attack is very high, but the thing is he attacks extremely slow. So there's that. You need to balance the trade-off. Mid game is... Oh, I'm having a little bit problem with Brody. Mid game is strong. He's strong. Okay. Final. Brody is definitely not a late game hero. Early to mid game. He's the early to mid game hero. You can win against enemy marksmen when they don't have items. If they have items, it's a bit hard for Brody to win. So there's that. Power spike is level 4. Once you hit level 4, you will be dealing big PP damage. In terms of items, I guess first item, second item. Like after Sea Halberd, right, you'll be dealing a lot of damage already. So first item already strong enough. I also see like semi-tank Brody before, so I'm not surprised if he only needs one item to reach the power spike. So if you ask long range, nah, he has extremely short range. Not short, but middle range. Burst, yes, he is a burst attacker, burst marksman. You spam his first skill and then ulti if you have enough stacks. And this is where the burst damage comes from. DPS, nah, you can't really fight people in the long fight because you attack very slow. If you have a chance to keep attacking enemy, even though you attack very slow, then your enemy just sucks. So yep, not a DPS, more onto a burst hero. In terms of mobility, he has zero mobility, same as Layla, zero mobility. Okay, actually his second skill is sort of a dash. He will stun an enemy, and then she dash from the enemy. Yep, stun, then dash from enemy. So, not the best mobility, but better than having none. His ability to use Sea Halberd or Wind of Nature. Okay, this is a bit tricky. So, if we look at the pro setups, right? Everyone go Wind of Nature. Why? Like, even though Wind of Nature does not synergize well with Brody, right? Like, Brody does not attack fast and all. But then, Wind of Nature allows him to add stacks onto the enemy. So, while you are immune, while you survive for 1 or 2 seconds more, you can add more stacks onto the enemy. So, in that period, right, the 2 or 3 stacks that you can fit in when you are immune, it helps you kill the enemy when you press the ulti. So, this is why Wind of Nature is quite important on him. Another thing is because he has no mobility skill, so Wind of Nature helps him survive better. Sea Halberd, I don't see people go Sea Halberd. Legit. Yeah, no one goes Sea Halberd on him. He's more onto a burst damage type, so you can consider Sea Halberd in your build, but it's not common. It's not common. It's not common. Like for his spell, because it's not mobile, always try to use Flicker. Yep. So how is Brody? Brody, honestly, it's been a long time since I see Brody. Whenever I see Brody, I win the game. Yep. When I see Brody on the enemy side, I win the game. Honestly. In certain comps, okay, if enemy can touch you before you touch them, then Brody sucks. Because he attacks too slow, way too slow. But then I still need to give him the benefit of his early game potential, right? His early game potential is actually quite strong. So early game actually way above them. He has one of the early game advantage against all of them. The problem is he attacks way too slow, so people can just like dash away or just walk away from him. So if you know how to play Brody, maybe you can be good. But for now, I think Brody is same as Leslie, if anything. Brody is same tier as Leslie, guys. Same tier as Leslie. Yeah, same. Below Leslie, because in the late game, Brody gonna lose for sure. Late game, Leslie gonna destroy everyone. But Brody don't have the late game advantage. And then early game, even if you have the early advantage, you can't really abuse it. Yeah, so this is the final one. We have a lot of people in B tier, guys. It's time to move up some of them. So Bruno, okay, I'll give Bruno the benefit of being A tier. Because Bruno, his kit is too good, honestly. Such a good kit. Yo. Next. Who will be next? Popo, guys. I'll cover all the very fast marksman. Popo, early game. Popo is early game, mid game, late game. Early to mid. Popo is early to mid. Late game, Popo will have a trouble keeping the dog alive. That's just the reality. Popo will have trouble keeping the dog alive in the late game. So it's more onto an early to mid game. If you can snowball, then good. If you can't snowball, you're dead. So power spike is level 4. Level 4 is your power spike. In terms of Popo, right? His level is more important than items. So if you can reach level 4 fast, you get your enhanced doggo, your good puppy. Make him a buff ass dog. What's his name? Koopa, right? Yeah, Koopa. Level 4, right? Your Koopa becomes insane. Your Koopa will turn Super Saiyan. So this is your power spike. Level 4 power spike. Items, you can go whatever items, to be honest. People tend to go first item BOD, but it's up to you. In terms of items, he's quite flexible. But the level is more important. Long range, if you want to consider his dog attacking from far away, yes. But his basic attack is quite short. Burst damage, yes, for sure. He is a burst damage. If you are fat. If you are not fat, then you kind of lose this title. No longer has a burst damage. DPS is only where your dog is smart enough to keep attacking the same person. So I will not consider that because your dog is quite random. So burst damage, he is definitely a burst marksman. Then mobility wise, Popo has 0 mobility. Yeah, straight up 0 mobility. So you either use Flicker, Sprint or Purify as your mobility item, spell. If not, then some people even use Aegis of Vengeance on Popo, which is crazy because Popo is those type of marksmen where you kill before they kill you. You know, that you kill the enemy before they kill you. So he is that type of marksman. And then ability to use Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature. Like I said, his item, right, is actually quite flexible. Why? Because he relies on leveling up instead. Get to level 4 your power spike. Then after that you can do whatever you want. Okay, your dog can trigger the passive such as crit, DHS and true damage, but So it's quite flexible for him to go with anything. There is that. Very flexible, very flexible. But the thing is, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't like Popo. Why? Because Popo is, like I said earlier, he's an all-in type of marksman. All in. Kill the enemy before they kill you. That's his only way of winning. If you are behind as a Popo, there's no way you can win. So because of that alone, he should be placed somewhere like somewhere below Mia. Yeah, actually below Hanabi. Honestly, below Hanabi. Hanabi can counter Popo, by the way. If you guys don't know that, Hanabi can counter Popo. But then I need to say this in case you guys are confused. Popo, his specialty is where you use him to push the enemy, push their turret. So he's one of the best pusher in this game. So if you are those type of Popo that use him to only push the enemy, you use Vengeance or Aegis to survive, all in, you go all in, then maybe he can move up to A tier. But honestly, not many people play Popo like that. If you can play Popo like that, you can play Popo like to that level, you are probably a Popo main or something, a Popo global or anything. So it's a bit uncommon. So this is the reason why I put him below Hanabi. Next will be... Oh, Obito is here. Hello, hello. Oh, it's already 12, 11, guys. 10 more marksmen to go, guys. 10 more. Yishunshi is not a marksman. Why is he here? Is he not a marksman? Granger is not a marksman. Oh my god, he's not a goal laner. Let's cover Moskov, guys. Let's cover Moskov. Moskov early, mid, or late game? Technically, he needs his item. Technically. But you can see Moskov dominating the early game before, right? You guys see it before. I'll consider him as a mid to late game hero. Because he is a Trinity build user. Trinity build user, they require items to function. So Power Spike is where you reach the Trinity items. Before that, he's decent. Actually, right, before he completes his Trinity build, he actually have an advantage against other Trinity build user. Because his first skill provides you extra attack speed. And then your second skill, right, actually has a decent amount of damage. That's before you stun them. So second skill plus attack speed, you can actually deal a lot of damage. On top of that, you are using Inspire, so you can actually deal like a lot of damage in the early game. But still, that's cheating, right? You use Inspire, so mid to late game. For Power Spike, there is Power Spike. Same thing as other Trinity build. You need 3 items, Trinity build item. In terms of level, nah, he's tied into items more than level. So prioritize your items. Long range, nah. Short range. Burst, not really a burst type. DPS for sure. He's a DPS. All the Trinity build are DPS. So Moskov. Why is he so special? It is because of this, guys. Mobility. He is extremely mobile. First skill gives you dash, and then whenever you trigger his passive, right, your cooldown will be reduced. On top of that, you are using golden staff, which help you trigger your passive even more. So your first skill cooldown is basically very fast. It's like instant. Not instant, but very fast. Very low cooldown. So you can keep dashing. But the best case about him is not about the first skill. It's more into the ulti. So his ulti is, you throw your ult to a random target anywhere in the map. If you hit that target, you can dash from there. Basically, Aldo's ulti. If you can hit somebody, it becomes Aldo's ulti. So for marksman, right, those kind of mobility skills, unseen off. He's the first one. So this is actually the only reason I believe he has been in the meta for so long. Even after the nerf, he is still in meta. All because of that ulti. The global ulti. So can you see Halbert? Nah, Trinity build, you need to prioritize your Trinity build items, right? So after that, you need to build Wind of Nature. So it's because Moskov is not a long range marksman. you are always attacking in a very dangerous position. This is why you need Wind of Nature. So there is that. Moskov. Very mobile. S tier. Yeah, definitely S tier. His pressure is throughout the map, guys. He can speed push. Yes, pressure throughout the entire map. It's just insane. Okay, one of my chat asked which marksman easily counters Moskov. If you are asking overall kit, someone who can match his mobility as well as his damage, then Claude. Claude is one of the best marksmen to go against Moskov. But then if you can also consider some of the meta picks. Harif can counter Moskov. How? By using Vengeance. If you take away Vengeance, then Harif might lose to Moskov. And then if you look into Roger, Roger can win against Moskov. No problem. So Moskov and Claude actually. Moskov can be countered by Claude and Roger, these two. But besides that, you can just play better. Ask your team for help. Ask your team for help. Basically, if you face against a good Moskov, right, you need someone who can split push and not lose to Moskov. You need, okay, that is your priority, okay? You need someone who can split push and not lose to Moskov. Because in the late game, that is all Moskov will be doing. Split push. Just keep split pushing. S tier. No doubt. S tier. Next. Beatrix. Oh my god. Early game, yes. Mid game, yes. Late game, yes. Okay, keep in mind. Beatrix attack is insane. Her damage is insane. She has all the damage in the world. The only problem is her survivability. So same thing as Clint. Whenever you attack, you are stationary. So you when you keep attacking, they are dealing damage, but then you are stationary, right? People can just either run away or just try to outplay you. You are vulnerable to mage, assassins, all those. So okay, we are skipping into mobility part. Power slide. For Beatrix, right? Oh wait. I just skip over Moskov item. Let me add on Moskov item. Moskov item will be around this. You can use any of the build. So for Moskov, right, his item you can use any of the build. But keep in mind, Trinity build, he always gonna need Corrosion Sight, Golden Staff, and DSS. This is his core item. Oh, Sea Halberd. It gives you attack speed. It always works. But honestly, I prefer Wind of Nature more than that because he's always in a dangerous spot. He needs to survive. So yeah, that's his item. Also, Inspire is a very good item. But in some cases, right, if enemy has a lot of crowd control, feel free to use Purify. I tried it before. Moskov don't really need Inspire. So, yep. That is Moskov. Oh, Beatrix, right? We're talking about Beatrix. Beatrix. So her item, full damage, full damage. She cannot crit. She cannot use Trinity build. So you can only go one way, which is full damage. Power Spike is when you... Honestly, right, after your first damage item, that is where your Power Spike is. Because her first item is BOD. You're always trying to build Fury Hammer first, follow up with a BOD. After this, right, you do insane damage. So that is your Power Spike. In terms of level 4 definitely does not help a lot. But in some cases, right, like weapon like shotgun, the grenade launcher helps you clear lane faster. Also helps you in an AoE situation. Shotgun helps you camp in the bushes. Then the machine gun AoE scenario as well. Sniper in the early game, you don't really deal a lot of damage. But yeah, level 4 helps a lot because again, she cannot crit. She cannot use Trinity build. She relies on her skills. So long range, is she long range? If you use sniper, yes. If you use shotgun, no. Burst, yes. If you use sniper and not burst. If you use sniper, shotgun, or bayonet. Actually, right, Beatrix is a burst damage dealer. My bad. Beatrix is a burst damage dealer. No doubt. I said before, she has insane damage. Her problem is survivability. So there's the burst label. DPS. Is she a DPS? She is not a DPS. She is a burst damage marksman, not DPS. Keep it in mind, keep it in mind. If you stay longer in the team fight, you will die. You have no sustain. Mobility. She only has a dash. Second skill dash. That's the only skill. Not a very good mobility skill, to be honest. But then, she can use Flicker, no problem. Her spell choice is actually quite flexible. She can use Flicker, Aegis, Vengeance, Purify, all this. Not Inspire though, don't use Inspire on her. So you can sort of use Flicker to boost your mobility. Or use Aegis to boost your survivability. So ability to use Sea Halberd, she does not scale with critical damage or Trinity build, so Sea Halberd fits her perfectly. Wind of Nature, again, no survivability, you are stationary when you attack. So if having a Wind of Nature helps a lot in her kit. And also it provides what, lifesteal and attack speed. Synergize with Beatrix very well. So feel free to use both of these, no problem. So you can use it. So what do I feel of Beatrix? What do I feel? As a Beatrix main with almost 400 games, 70, how much? 70 above win rate. Beatrix, if you know how to use her. Behind Ixia. If you don't know how to use her, you are bad at positioning, right? Then she will be behind Iritel, same level as Leslie. No, actually below Leslie. Because right, Leslie you can fight from far away, you are safe. But Beatrix, you cannot. Your range is not that far. So if you don't know how to use Beatrix, or you are average in using Beatrix, this is the best I can give Beatrix. But if you are me, like personally for me as a Beatrix main, A tier for sure. A tier. If you are utilizing all of her guns, right? Shotgun, machine gun, grenade launcher, sniper, if you can utilize all of it, for sure A tier, no problem. On par with Bruno. If anything, right, she can fight with clean. Guys. But then, that's for me. I know how to play, but not everyone knows how to play. She is one of the, if not one of the higher difficulty marksmen. That's why I'm gonna rate her below Leslie. So next marksman, Nata. No, let's go Melissa. Oh, okay, Melissa. Let me drink water. I've been talking non-stop. WPY. How do I pronounce your name? WPR, guys. WPR. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully this is helpful for everyone. Yapping too much, honestly. Yeah, I feel like I can't talk tomorrow. So if I can't stream tomorrow, right, you guys sort of know the reason. My voice is gone. Okay, let's continue. Melissa. Early mid game, late game. Easy choice. Oh, actually hard choice. Because Melissa, right? Melissa is a Trinity build user as well. Melissa used Trinity build. Here's my Melissa build. So the problem with Trinity build is you need items to give you damage. But then keep in mind, Melissa has a second skill, which is a doll, that provides you additional attack. So this helps in triggering the Trinity passive. So her power spike actually happens in the middle, in between DHS and Golden Star. You can already feel her power increase when you build this. Actually, even after Corrosion Sight, right, you can already feel it, unlike Claude. So I'll say her power spike is actually earlier than other Trinity build user. So I'll say mid to late game. Okay, mid to late game. So power spike, like I said, her power spike come earlier than Golden Star. So in terms of level, her ulti does not actually help her damage. It's more to a survivability skill. It gives you a Archive out basically. So you don't really need her level 4. It helps nothing. Long range, if you can utilize her second skill, place it at a good position, yes, she can attack from far away. Burst, if you are full damage, right? And then if you combine with Inspire. Okay, you don't need to Inspire. Let's just say you are full damage, full attack, full items. You landed your second skill. Her damage is actually like quite bursty. But I will not consider it as burst damage because, right, you need full items for that. So no. She is in fact a DPS marksman. So in terms of mobility, she only has one dash skill, which is her skill 1. Not very mobile. But she does have another survivability skill, which is her ulti. So keep in mind. Helps a bit of mobility or survivability issue. So other than that, ability to use Sea Halberd or Wind of Nature. She is a Trinity build user. Same goes for other Trinity build. You need 3 items, the Trinity build items. So she, at most, she can only go for one of it. Wind of Nature or Sea Halberd. You can try to replace Malefic Roar with Sea Halberd only if enemy don't have high physical defense. So that's your only choice. If they have high physical defense, you just go Malefic Roar. So, but they do synergize well, to be honest. They do synergize well. Just that you don't have the luxury to build it. So that is Melissa. Melissa. What do I feel about her? I don't see a lot of Melissa, honestly. Even if I play against a Melissa, they don't know how to use Melissa. But for my opinion, right, as a Melissa user myself, I feel like Melissa is a very good hero if you know how to use her. If you pick her to counter pick the enemy, if you pick her with a purpose, she can be A tier. Okay, she can be A tier, no problem. If you couple it with a Inspire, holy shit, her damage is like insane, you know, early game, no problem. But only problem is, this tier list is not for, it's not based on me, it's based on majority player base. So Melissa is actually a not that good of a hero, you know. If you can't land your second skill, her damage is gone. If you don't know how to use her ulti is useless. So not a good marksman if you don't know how to use her. You need sort of you need skills definitely. Already below Leslie. Yeah, below Leslie. Yep, below Leslie, perfect. Above Beatrix because Beatrix is harder to use. So next. We have 5 more to go, guys. 5 more to go. Let me drink water again. Oh my god. Oh wait, I did not show my tier list, right? Yo, I need to say all of that again. I need to repeat all of it again, guys. Nice. Let me finish it up before I drink water. So for Melissa, after all that's being said, honestly, Melissa. Oh my god. Why am I doing this? How did I forget, guys? Guys, let me repeat. This is gonna be a video. So after all I've said, right? After the factors, after the benchmarks, for my experience playing Melissa, she is in fact a very good marksman. If you know how to use her, if you are picking her with an intention, with a purpose, right? If you are picking her to counter the enemy, she can be A tier, top A tier if anything. And if you use Inspire with the Melissa, you actually kind of solve her early game problem with Trinity build. So that is one of the way to use Melissa. But the problem is we pick marksman sometimes, we don't counter pick. We pick heroes that we use. We pick hero that is easy to use, we know how to use. We pick meta, we pick all this, we don't counter pick, you know. Not a lot of people can counter pick as well. So it's actually quite rare to see marksman counter picking enemy. Quite rare. So because of that, and also if you don't know how to use Melissa, right? If you can't position your second skill properly, a second skill is useless. You don't have bonus damage. And also if you don't know how to use ulti, her ulti is also useless because it does not help you deal more damage. So because of that, she has a higher difficulty level for players to use. She's a bit harder to use. That's why I'll put her below Leslie. So that is Beatrix. Next will be Roger, okay? Let's talk about Roger, guys. Let's talk about Roger. I'll talk about Lunox last. So now Roger, guys. Roger, let's talk about Roger. Roger is another special hero. So he deals HP based damage in both of his form, human form and wolf form. I won't go into details like the hero. Like in human form, his HP base is based on max HP base, and then his wolf form is based on HP loss percentage. So I won't go into detail. Roger player, you know that. He is early game hero for sure because of his passive alone, and also his wolf form ulti, not ulti, his wolf form first skill deals a lot of damage. His human form first skill also deals a lot of damage. So by skills alone, he's already having a huge advantage. Early game for sure. Mid game, if you know what you're doing, he's a very strong mid laner. Not mid laner. He's a very strong mid game goal lane. He's saying mid laner. He's a very strong mid game marksman. Why am I having trouble saying this? You know what? Let me change my sentence, guys. So Roger, right? He's strong throughout the entire game, early to late game. You rely on his passive, and then the more items you have, the more damage you can deal. It's just simple math. He's a strong goal laner who can scale from the early game till the late game. So power spike. What is his power spike? Honestly, depending on what you build. If you go Trinity build, you don't really have to have the entire 3 items to have a power spike. All because, right, you are already having a mini DHS built into your kit. That your passive alone already is a DHS. So you have a head start if you are going Trinity build. So if you are not going Trinity build, you are going something like this. Let me show you guys. Something like Roger. Something like this, something like what I'm building. My first build. Wind Talker and Understrike. Then your power spike items will not really matter until Endless Battle. Because of the true damage, right? Because of the true damage. So in that case, right, what you will be prioritizing is leveling up. Because his kit itself is already good enough, it already helps you do a lot of damage. So you want to prioritize leveling up as fast as possible. So I'll say his power spike it's quite easy to play Roger because his power spike, it does not have a very like obvious power spike. He's strong, he's already strong throughout the entire game. Like early game already strong enough to the late game. He's always strong. So long range. Is he a long range? No, he is a very short range goal laner. Burst damage? Yes. Very bursty. DPS? Yes. I can see him becoming DPS because, right, he can keep dashing. He can try to lower you with human form. Then he can continue fighting with his wolf form. I can see him keep fighting for a long period. So burst and DPS for sure. Mobility is very special for him because his second skill provides extra movement speed. His ulti, the third skill, provides you a dash. And then if you are using a wolf form, your second skill provides you extra, even more movement speed if there's like a low HP enemy around you. So he's very mobile. One of the most mobile goal laner, alongside Harif and Claude, right, and Moscow. So ability to use Sea Halberd, you can definitely use Sea Halberd, no problem. Like if I scroll down, right, oh my god, no one is using Sea Halberd, but you can definitely use Sea Halberd because he already have a built-in DSS. Or what you do to increase the damage is you attack more frequent. Sea Halberd provides you higher damage, higher attack stats, and also higher attack speed. So both of these stats actually scales very well with Roger. So feel free to use this item. Wind of Nature. This is a funny item. You don't use Wind of Nature on Roger. Roger is a hunter, guys. Roger is never the victim. If you play Roger and you're running away from an enemy, there's something wrong. So Wind of Nature, just throw it out the window, guys. You don't even consider this item. The moment you consider Wind of Nature, means something is wrong. Something is wrong. So that's it for Roger, honestly. Nothing much to say. His entire kit is just too good. Like, even after the nerf, right, the recent nerf, he is still one of the best goal laner. If anything, right, the best goal laner. If you know how to use. So, yep, this is my tier for him. S tier for sure. S tier for sure. Alongside these 3 marksmen. Not marksmen, but alongside these 3 goal laner. The Trinity goal laner, you can say. Next. We have 4 more left. Carry. Let's go with carry. How is carry, guys? How's carry? Is he a early, mid game, late game? Honestly, as a carry user myself, as a supreme carry, top Malaysia carry, she scales extremely well from early to late game. Yes, she is a good scaler. Early game, your first skill deals a lot of damage. Mid game is where you get your ulti and let's say you get 1 attack speed item or you get endless battle. That's another power spike. So that will be your mid game. 2 attack speed item, you give her like a lot of boost. Late game is where you, because you already deal a lot of damage, right? And then because you deal true damage. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this, but carry also have these mechanics where her passive deals damage based on the enemy HP. So her passive will have 4 marks. If you can complete the 4 marks, it will deal HP based damage. In true damage. Okay, true damage. True HP based damage. I'm giving it a name. True HP based damage. So all of this actually scales very well from early to late game. So power spike. Where is the power spike? Let me throw out the build. As a pro carry, I'll tell you guys where is her power spike. Depending on what you are building. So let's grab a common build. Example, this is a common build. If you are going Trinity build, your power spike actually happens at the second item. Okay? Not the third item. You don't need DHS actually. Because remember, your passive is already a HP based damage. In true damage some more. So the moment you get golden staff, right, that is your power spike. What happens is golden staff helps you trigger your passive even more frequent. So by having this, it's good enough. That's your power spike. So if let's say you are going endless battle like this, like what I'm building here. This is an outdated build, but why is this doing it? Something like this. Okay, something like this, guys. Something like this. Let's say you are building endless battle first. Right after your endless battle, right, that will be your power spike also. Because you are constantly using your second skill, you can keep triggering the true damage, similar to King. So this is your power spike if you are going endless battle. In terms of levels, getting level 4 helps a lot because level 4 basically helps you trigger her passive even faster. You are throwing 2 basic attacks instead of 1. So level 4 is quite important. Then let's move on to long range. She has short range, very short range, burst, very bursty. If you complete the items, right, if you go with endless battle, golden staff, the damage is quite insane. But if enemy is tanky, then you kinda need time. This is where the DPS comes in. So she is considered both burst and DPS marksman. In terms of mobility, she is one of the very mobile marksmen. Her first skill gives you a short dash, but then you can trigger it quite often. It's a very low cooldown dash. But then your ulti gives you extra movement speed. So by having these two, you can move fast, you can dash with frequent. You can also use Flicker if you want. Purify, Flicker, Sprint. All of these can be worked on carry. But of course, AG's Vengeance also can be used on carry. So she's very flexible, very flexible. Even her emblem, right? You can see you can either go fighter emblem, or you can go full marksman attack speed item. Not item, but emblem. She is a very flexible hero. So where was I? Oh, okay, Sea Halberd. Let's move on to Sea Halberd and Venom Vision. She, in fact, can use both items very well. You can implement both items into her kit and it will just work perfectly. So no doubt on that. One very flexible marksman. One of the most flexible marksmen, if anything. So if, from a carry main, supreme carry, you know, from a supreme carry perspective, carry is a marksman that is general purpose. You know the Victorinox knife, the military knife that has everything inside? She is basically that guy. She is basically that guy. Or girl. She is a lady. So because of the flexibility, alright, I kind of want to put her above a lot of people. Even above Ixia, to be honest. All because she has that flexibility. And also because she has a lot of dash. Dash, extra movement speed from ulti, and also spell choice, you can use AGs, or Vengeance, or Flicker. Means that you have a higher chance of surviving against, like, no matter who's your enemy. Like Fanny, all the assassins, you can survive from all of them. Unlike Ixia, right? Ixia can't move. No survivability. So this is the reason why I'll put her above Ixia. If anything, right? Should I put her in A tier? This is the question. Oh, this hard. You know what? I'll put Carry in A tier first. After this, then I will compare them. I'll put Carry in A tier first. Because her kit is just too good and she is so damn flexible. So that's the advantage of Carry herself. So let's move on. 3 more marksmen to go. 1-1. Okay, 1-1. Nothing much to say. Early game sucks. Mid game, if you get level 4, nice. Mid game to late game hero. No doubt. For sure, mid to late game hero. Power spike is where you get your level 4, okay? It's where you get level 4. For my experience, right? 1 power spike is where you get level 4 and also 1 attack speed item. So for example, if you get level 4 and also this corrosion side, you must have at least 1 attack speed item. By having these 2 and your inspire, that is your power spike. That is your power spike. You don't need to have this to have power spike. But then, keep in mind, 1-1 is another special marksman where you don't just consider her damage power spike. You also consider her jumping, how do I call it? Jumping power spike. so for those who don't play 1-1, right, you need to have a certain attack speed for you to jump faster than you walk. Something like that. For you to jump normal, naturally, or something like that. So what this power spike happens around 2 or 3 attack speed items, depending on how comfortable you want it to be. For me personally, it happens after 3 items, where you can hop naturally. Like it don't feel like a delay, don't have a delay. You can hop as fast, not as fast, but faster than walking. This is like 2nd or 3rd item around there. So that's your jumping power spike. You can actually include that in the mobility section, because for 1-1, she don't have any dash. Her dash is her passive, which is she can hop a bit, jump a bit right after each basic attack. So that is her mobility. She hop around like, you know, like a bunny. So is she a long range? She is not a long range attacker. Burst damage, she is not a burst damage attacker. She is in fact a DPS attack. She is a DPS attack. She needs time to pump up her damage. She cannot just boom, your HP is gone. No, she needs time to hit you constantly. So she is a DPS marksman. So we have talked about mobility. Let's move on to item synergy. Okay, item synergy. So for 1-1, like I said before, right, she sort of need a certain amount of attack speed so that you can hop normally. You can hop better. So Sea Halberd gives you 20% attack speed. Huge. You can use it. It synergizes her very well. Same goes for Wind of Nature. It gives you 20% attack speed. So both of these items, right, you can implement it, no problem. So for example, if you are replacing one of your attack speed item with this, right, or Wind of Nature, if you not hurt your attack speed that much, because it still provides you a certain attack speed, right? Although it's lesser than Wind Talker, but it's still something. Also keep in mind, if you are subbing your Wind Talker just now with Sea Halberd, you are in fact dealing more damage. But you are jumping a bit slower, but you're doing more damage. So it depends on what you prioritize in your 1-1. So Another flexible yet not flexible marksman. Flexible because of this, whatever I said just now. Not flexible because she still needs certain attack speed. Similar to Harif, okay? Similar to Harif. This experience is very similar to Harif. Where Harif, you need to have a certain amount of cooldown reduction so you can spam your skill and dash constantly. Same goes for 1-1. You need certain amount of attack speed so you can hop consistently. Okay, understand? Understand. In terms of spell choice, for 1-1 it's a bit sad because for 1-1 you need to have Inspire. If you remove Inspire from 1-1's kit, if you, let's say you are not using Inspire, she is C tier, one of the worst, worse than Kimi for sure. You really need the Inspire. You really need Inspire as your spell. So after all I said, right, after all the glazing, all the good stuff, honestly 1-1 is not a good marksman in our current meta. She is a good marksman on paper, but on our current meta, she is at best, okay? I'll rate her. If you are a 1-1 player, you know how 1-1 works. She is way above Brody. But because, right, I can't place her in front of these heroes only because she, first of all, she has high difficulty. She relies on good ping. Yes, you need to have good internet to play 1-1. And then lastly, right, for some reason, I don't know if it's backed up by the stats or not. My experience playing 1-1 is 1-1 is in fact the most squishy marksman in the game. Like more squishy than Layla. This is what I feel at least. So you really need to know how to play this 1-1, this Tiger Girl, to be able to land her in B tier, at most top of the B tier. I can't put her in A tier because A tier is just all these marksmen, right? They just have a lot of advantage against a 1-1. So at most, more than Brody, less than Beatrix. This is all I can give her. Guys, final 2 marksmen, guys. Final 2 gold laners. Let me drink water. Are you guys still alive? You guys are sleeping. Yeah. I wonder how long the video gonna be. If the video is 30 minutes or 40 minutes, then it's all good. If it's too much, then nah. If it's too much, then I'll cut off some of the parts. Yeah, if it's too much. Still breathing. Okay. Last one. Second last, Claude. Claude, early game sucks. Mid to late game, yes. Claude is a mid to late game marksman. If mid game you are not performing, late game for sure you can perform. But then, right, that being said, she, not she, but he do have a power spike similar to other Trinity build user. That is, where is Claude? That is, you need your Trinity items. GSS, golden staff, you need them. Okay, then let's use a more relatable build. This is a more relatable build. This build. So you need your Trinity items to have the power spike, you know, the damage power spike. Nothing much to say, to be honest. Because Claude, right, his range is not that long. He is not burst. He is definitely DPS type. But the thing that separates him from other marksmen is his mobility, his second skill, and also his passive. Not passive, but first skill. His first skill gives him like full stack, gives him a lot of movement speed and attack speed. So if you combine the movement speed with the second skill, which lets you like teleport to and back and forth, right? You can teleport twice if I'm not wrong. Once or twice, I forgot. So it's a very mobile marksman. He walks very fast also. This is what separates him from other marksmen. So ability to use Sea Halberd is quite rare to see him using Sea Halberd. Normally for Claude, because again, Trinity build user, you need to have 3 items at least for Trinity build. And also Claude, he does not have a very long range. He's kinda relying on Wind of Nature to outplay enemy. If you take out the Wind of Nature, right, you will die quite easily. He is quite squishy, to be honest. So you really need the Wind of Nature in his build. So by having Wind of Nature, right, your last item is the only one you can change with Sea Halberd. So it depends on whether enemy got high physical defense or not. Then you judge it by yourself, you know. Go Sea Halberd or Malefic Roar. But honestly, right, it's very rare to see Claude using Sea Halberd. So yeah. For spell choice, quite flexible. Purify, Sprint, Aegis, Vengeance. Yep, go with anything. Not inspired. Not inspired. So, Claude is a very mobile hero. Before Moskov ulti, right? Before Roger is a gold lane. Before Harif is a gold lane. Claude is the S tier. Legit S tier. Because of his mobility and damage alone. But he got nerfed a bit. His damage got toned down a bit. Even though he got toned down, his late game is still scary. But then, because of his mobility is still there, they never nerfed the mobility. He is always in the meta. He never left the meta. But the problem is, right, the problem is, when you face a Claude, your early game Claude is just no impact at all. Like, Claude early game has no impact. Unlike this tree, the other tree. Oh no, I'm not showing my list. Okay, so I'll place Claude in the S tier if he has higher early game damage. But the thing is, his early game, right, just sucks. Compared to this three, Roger, Harif, and Moskov, his early game just sucks. So because of that alone, A tier. I'm not stopping though. I'm not stopping. His mobility is very good, one of the best mobility, but there's another problem. You need to know how to play Claude. So the basic of Claude is you need to maintain your stacks. One, you need to maintain stacks. Second is you need to know when to use ulti. If not, your ulti won't do damage. If you're facing against 3 or more enemy, right? Or 4 or more enemy, I forgot. Your ulti will do less damage. So that is another thing to worry about. And also the last one will be how you place your second skill. Some Claude that I've experienced in the rank game, that enemy Claude, they don't know how to play Claude. They just put their second skill right in front of your face. Because that is his only escape skill, right? What he's doing is he's removing his only mean of escape by simply putting his second skill. So you need to know how to place your second skill. It's very important. This is what separates a good Claude and a very bad Claude. So because of the difficulty alone, I need to move him down. Above Bruno? Nah. Less than Bruno. Okay, above Bruno. For sure above Bruno. Because of the late game potential. And speed push potential, for sure. So, around A tier, middle of A tier. Okay, lastly, I don't think I want to cover Lunox because personally, I have not seen any Lunox yet. I have not seen any Lunox in Gold Lane yet. So the last one will be Nathan actually. Last one will be Nathan, not Lunox. Nathan. Nathan is magic based damage. Early game he can rely on his skill to do damage. So his early game is actually quite strong. If you hit your skill and your ulti, his early game is quite strong. Mid game is where you hit 2 damage items or more, depending on what you build. Okay, for example, right, let me show you Nathan build. Okay. So this is a Nathan build. Depending on what you build, right, you get your power spike quite early in the mid game. The feather, if you get the feather is very important. After the feather, this is where you will feel a bit of power spike. The next power spike, the power spike will be Holy Crystal. So this is your first power spike, second power spike, Holy Crystal. In terms of level, you need your level 4 to deal extra damage. Without level 4, you are nothing, so you need to consider level 4 as your power spike as well. Next will be long range. Not that long to be honest. Decent but not that long. Burst, yes. If you have enough items, if you are landing your skills, this is the most important. You must land your skills. If you don't land your skill, your damage is gone. So if you can land your skills with your ulti, right, the double skill, he's in fact a burst damage healer. But let's say if you if you miss your skill, right, just want a basic attack, then yep, sure, you can be considered DPS as well. because of his ulti. So DPS and burst damage. Next will be mobility wise. Okay, mobility wise, he does not have a dash. One, okay, his ulti is considered a teleport, not a dash. Similar to Claude's second skill. You place a clone somewhere behind you or in front of you. Then you tap once to teleport to that area. It's not a dash, it's a teleport. But the thing is in his ulti slot. So cooldown is bound to be longer than a normal dash. So mobility wise, it's not that good for him. But keep in mind, one of his passive is, if you can hit his skill, right, he can store stacks just like Claude, where the stacks will give you extra attack speed and also a bit of extra movement speed. So similar to Claude, if you can gain the stacks, you can maintain the stacks, you can move very fast. If you combine with the not second skill, but his ulti with his teleport, then he's actually quite mobile. He can be considered as a mobile marksman. But you must know where to put his ulti. Similar to Claude, you need to know where to put the Claude second skill, right? Similar to him, Nathan needs to know where to put your ulti. Because your ulti is used for damage as well, not just escape. Yep. So you need to know where to put his ulti. So can he use Sea Halberd and Wind of Nature? This is the Saki part, you know. This is not the good, this is a bad part for him. For Nathan, right? If I'm not wrong, let me check. He still scales with physical damage. He still scales with a bit of physical damage.
It is in despair that I see the fondest hopes.
Okay. His passive is his basic attack sort of scale a little bit off the physical attack. So having Wind of Nature is actually okay on him. However, it does not provide you any it's too insignificant. So it does not provide you extra damage. It's only used for survivability. But because Nathan likes to attack fast, so having Wind of Nature actually it's not bad. The problem comes with Sea Halberd. For Nathan, right, you never go Sea Halberd. You always go more damage and more damage. So this is the same thing with Harith. Both of them are magic damage. Both of them you wanna go as much magic damage as you can. So anti-hero is not your concern at all. So no Sea Halberd, not even glowing one. Glowing one does not help him. So yeah, no anti-heal on him. But Wind of Nature is a good thing for him. In terms of spell, it's just... In terms of spell, right? Let me think. I see Inspire before, but then this mobility sucks. So... yeah, it's quite flexible in terms of spell. You can use all the spell you want. Purify, Vengeance, Aegis, Pick Up, Inspire, all of this. No problem. So... for my opinion... okay, I'll answer a question very soon. For my opinion, right, let me rate Nathan first. Our last marksman, Nathan, the time traveler. The one who got nerfed extremely to an extreme extent. Nathan. No longer in the meta, right? The best I can rate him is still A tier. But way behind. Way behind. I think that's alright. With that, this is my opinions, my tier list for my experience playing Gold Lane in ranked game. So let me address some of the questions. Why if we are like against Hylos, Tiamos, Estus? Are you asking as a Nathan's perspective? Or what perspective? Like, are you playing Nathan or what? So for example, right, if you are playing Nathan, right, if you face against the Hylos, it's actually very good. Hylos and Tamus, these two. So first of all, I believe your main concern is, do you build anti-heal or not? So first thing first, you don't need anti-heal if you face against them. Why is that? Because Nathan, his damage output alone, after you press ulti, your damage output alone is enough to melt them. You are actually dealing more damage than they can sustain. So you don't need to worry about anti-heal, to be honest. Okay, okay, understand. For Estus, it's a different situation. Because Estus is standing behind, right? Even if you have anti-heal on that person, the root problem is still there, which is Estus. Unless you kill Estus, Estus just gonna keep healing. So, same things to how you face against the Hylos and Tamus. Is when you play Nathan, you wanna go full damage, so you can deal damage more than what they can heal. Okay. Basically, output more damage. Keep building full damage. Keep building full damage. You don't have to worry about survivability. So because right, Nathan's second skill, you can push them away, no problem. You can just push them away. And then your ulti can sort of teleport behind. So yeah, you are not facing survivability issues. You are only concerned whether you can kill them before they do anything stupid. That's it. So yep. So another person asked, why not ranking Lunox? Because right, I don't see Lunox in gold lane at all. How often do you see Lunox? Let me know. But honest question. I want to know, how often do you guys see Lunox gold lane? How often? So what about clean against sustained heroes? So that's the bad part. If you play clean and you face sustained hero, you just have to be patient. Because clean he's not good against them. He is not good against sustained hero. Enemy counter ping, you can basically say enemy counter is countering your clean. Clean is never good against sustained hero, as well as he is never good against high HP pool hero. Like clean is not good against something like a Belleric or Hylos. He's never good against them. So what you can do when you play clean against them is just be patient. Wait for your cooldown, wait for your skills cooldown. Try to know the limit of your hero, right? Just be patient. Hit them a few more times. Eventually they will be melted down. Just have to be patient. So the answer to how often you see Lunox gold lane is never. Exactly, guys. I don't see Lunox gold lane at all. So Prates Bartam, hello, welcome. Oh, what's up? You say what's up 3 times. Yo, you gotta stop. Stop spamming the chat. I've seen your WhatsApp, guys. I've seen your WhatsApp. So if you want me to rate Lunox, honestly, right, Lunox will be A tier. Somewhere in the A tier. But I won't rate it because it's not common. It's not common. So okay, we are at this stage where I have finished my tier list. So I have a... Wait. Did I just say the entire Nathan verdict without showing the tier list? Did I? Oh my god, did I? Oh my god. You know, I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again in case I did not say it. I have a feeling I did not say it. Oh my god. So let me repeat Nathan. So after all I said, Nathan has already fallen off from the meta. He got nerfed quite heavily. The best I can rate him is behind A tier, somewhere in the A tier. The best I can rate him. His damage got nerfed significant, so yeah. Unless you are using Inspire, you are dealing not enough damage. This is what I can see from my experience at this. A tier. That's it. That's it for Nathan. So Ruby Go, nah. Ruby Go is more of a counter pick, a very specific counter pick. It's not something that you can apply in a general situation. So I can't consider that. So if you guys, right, do you guys have any like disagreement with my tier list? Feel free to talk about it, by the way. Feel free to talk about it. If you guys don't like my tier list or anything, if you guys got any questions, all this, feel free to ask all this. So what do I think about Popo Jungler? Okay, if I were to do a jungling tier list, I will talk about that. But right now it's more onto gold laner, so I do not talk about purple jungle. Okay, I can still answer you though. I can still answer you. Purple jungle is good if you have front line. If you have frontliner, purple jungle is good. But if you don't have frontliner, right, purple have a problem of getting ganked easily because he don't have a death. Yes, you can talk about something about using ulti and the knockup skill so that he gain a shield. Talk about that, but if you got crowd control means you can't really do that, you know. At best will be B tier or A tier if you want to talk about purple jungle. Oh, Cole is here. Hello, yo, what's up? Welcome back. Just Gold Lane. Okay, Just Gold Lane is another special thing. I have not seen any Just Gold Lane, so I have no comment. I have no comment. But from my experience in the Just hero itself, he can sort of perform quite well. Not gonna lie. Just Gold Lane will probably be in high B tier or low A tier, something like that. Time to send this video to Monton so I can see other marksmen on MSC. Nah, keep in mind that the S tier marksmen, right, Roger and Harif, they keep getting banned, so we can't even see them. So Sunny Deru, Dury, Sunny Dury. So best marksman for solo pushing. So in solo queue, right? In solo queue, you want to play something that scales very well from early game to late game. You also want to use something that is independent. You know, something that does not rely on your tank to protect you. Something that does not rely on setup so you can do damage. So you are limiting your choice, you know, you are limiting your choice. So right now, the gold laner that I can think of that is, whatever I say just now, independent, don't need babysit, scale very well, will be all these three: Roger, Harif, Moskov. For sure, S tier. All this S tier is very good for solo queue pushing. But then, other than S tier, right? Because sometimes they are banned. You can sort of consider Clint, Claude. If you are very good at Claude, you can consider it. But if you are not a Claude user, right, you don't try to purposely learn that hero. It takes time, so it might take quite a long time. So don't consider Claude if you're not a Claude user. So Clint can be used. Lord, nah. Bruno. The thing with Bruno is a late game, right, sort of suffer a bit. You need to snowball with Bruno. Honestly. Okay. Bruno should be there. Oh. Yeah, solo queue, right? Go for the S tier. All three of them can be used. Clint can be used. If you are good at Claude, use Claude. And then the other three, Bruno, carry, Nathan. Pick it if you don't have other choices. If you don't like Clint, if the S tier is banned, then you pick them. The B tier and C tier, right, they are quite reliant on your teammate. So if you are using solo queue, they are quite you need to rely on your teammate. Sort of rely on them. So that's my verdict for solo queue hero. Hopefully it's helpful. S tier and A tier. You are looking at these two basically, S tier and A tier. So the next question is, I find ridiculously hard to fight Alot as Harry. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Because what Alot can do is, Alot can just throw you outside of your ulti. That is one thing. Second thing of Alot is, his sustain is quite good, honestly. His sustain is quite good. So if you want to fight Alot, first of all, you need to survive his combo. Because keep in mind, Alot's combo, you don't need to aim. Just auto-click. If you auto-aim, his dash is auto-aim. He will always hit you. You need to make sure you are alive throughout the entire combo. So how do you make sure you are alive is, make sure you are hitting your 30% cooldown reduction so that you can keep spamming your second skill. Use your ulti, immediately use your ulti, don't be afraid, just use your ulti. so that you can keep spamming your second skill, keep getting the shield so that you can survive. Okay, that's the first thing about survivability of Harif. Keep spamming your second skill so you gain a shield every time you use second skill. You can survive better. Another thing is, I guess, just depending on what period of the game you are playing in. So for mid to late game, right, you can consider buying Blood Wings. Blood Wings gives you like a bit of shield to sustain more. Other than that, you can consider something like a Oracle. Oracle gives you a bit of heal and also a bit of defense. Helps a lot, helps a lot. Queen's Ring can help a lot. Queen's Ring provides you with Spell Wham, as well as damage reduction. Then lastly will be replacing one of the items with concentrated energy. Okay, so all the items that I've mentioned, right, all of them give you Spell Wham, and also either higher HP or higher defense, so it helps you survive against the Arlord. So like I said in the when I read Harif, right, it is actually a DPS. If you can land his skills, maybe a burst damage dealer, but mainly a DPS because you can keep spamming your second skill and basic attack. So yeah, fight Arlord. You can definitely win against Arlord. No problem winning against Arlord. Then the next question is Moskov or Clean? Moskov. Wanna ask why Moskov? Okay, try to imagine in the late game. Moskov can speed push at the off lane, which is the lane that does not have the Lord. And then let's say you are having a Lord fight. Moskov can just throw his ulti to the Lord fight. If he hit the enemy, he can immediately join the Lord fight. If you play clean and you speed push, it will take forever for you to go back into the other lane. So in terms of mobility itself, clean is already at a disadvantage compared to Moskov. So that's my reason. If you want me to summarize it, it's basically Moskov is super mobile, a lot more mobile than clean. That's it. Another question is, if you buy sustain items on Harif, should you get Holy Crystal or Pen? Okay, I'll show you my Harif. So as a Supreme Malaysia Harif, show you my Harif. Harif. Okay, I'll use the common build. Okay, I'll use the common build. Okay, we all know that Vengeance is a very tanky spell, so let's ignore that. Let's ignore the fact that I have Vengeance. Let's just Purify, okay? Let's say I'm using Purify. And then we're only gonna talk about itemization, okay? Only itemization. So the question is, if you want to buy sustain items on Harif, should you get Holy Crystal or Pen? Wait. Like if you go Starlium, Feather, then Pen or Holy if you are buying sustain item after. Okay. For my experience, whoa, Google, get out. Google Gaming, I want to join. Okay, for my experience playing Harif, I have tested like a bunch of builds, guys. I've tested a lot of builds. What works is, if you are planning on building sustain, so for example, I'm ignoring this. Let's say my last item is Immortal. And then something like this. You are asking whether do you get Holy Crystal at this exact position, right? If I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm thinking is, you are asking what item should you buy after these two, after you complete this item. So basically, what are you replacing Holy Crystal with? Do you go Holy Crystal or Divine Glaive? This is your question, right? Do you go Holy Crystal or Divine Glaive? So, okay. From my experience, it's still better to go Holy Crystal, even if you are going sustain item afterwards. It's still better to go Holy Crystal. So let's say example, right? Enemy has let's say enemy has Radiant Armor and Athena Shield. For me, I'll still go Holy Crystal. Why is it? It's because, right, the extra magic power that you gain from this item alone is insane. It's legit insane. And then if you look over here, Starlium side, if you look over here, the true damage from this item actually scales off with your total magic power. Okay? It scales off with the total magic power. So by having Holy Crystal, you are actually still dealing more true damage in your combo. So you are actually not losing out a lot even if you do not build Divine Glaive. Like only your first skill is missing a bit of damage, that's all. Your true damage will still go through, okay? The true damage will still go through. So, and then because you say you're gonna build sustain items, right? So you are gonna last longer in a team fight. What it means is you have chance to trigger the Starlium passive even more during the fight. If you get what I mean. Because you are in the team fight, you keep combo here, combo there. So you will trigger the true damage even more. So by the end of it, you are not losing a lot even if you use Holy Crystal. So you are getting more damage if you use Holy Crystal. So, okay, if you want to ask... Okay, you did not ask this, but... Personally, right, if I know I will be against enemy that can kill me easily, so that I will want to prioritize going with a sustained build. So for some matches, right, let's say enemy got Fanny. Enemy has like a lot of heroes that can kill you easily. So what I will do personally is I will remove this. I'll remove Holy Crystal. I will replace it with Concentrated Energy. And then Blood Wings. Or where's Oracle? Oracle first. And then Blood Wings at last. This will be my build. This will be my build. So if I'm against a sustain team, not sustain team, against a bursty team, right? I need to survive. This is what I will build. I tried it. It works perfectly, you know. Because all of this, right, it gives you like insane amount of shield. You become like Esmeralda, to be honest. And then this item, holy shit. Not just it provides you HP, it gives you a lot of extra damage. Because you are Harif. You are staying in the fight for quite a long time. So you are gonna trigger the passive. You can have a full stack passive in the fight for sure. And then the hybrid life still just helps you a lot. Yep, so this is my build. If you're up against a sustain, if you need a sustain build, this is my build. If you are going to 1v1 like Diroth with magic defense and a foreign ulti with Harif, wow, that's a very specific that's a very specific situation. Can I do it or should you try to 1v1? Okay, these are happen to you. Yeah, I can sort of guess it's from experience. I can sort of guess what spell are you using first? Okay, what spell are you using? This is important. What spell are you using? If you're using Vengeance or Aegis, sure, you can just fight him, no problem. Flicker, also you can consider fighting Diroth because you can try to outplay his ulti. His ulti you can outplay, no problem. Oh, you're playing a jungle Harif. Okay, if you are playing jungle Harif, try not to fight with Diroth 1v1. Try not to fight. Unless you are certain he don't have ulti, then sure. But if he has ulti, just try to ignore him. Especially Florine ulti, right? That ulti you cannot... So damn annoying. So nah, just ignore it. Just ignore it. Don't try 1v1. Don't try. Never try 1v1. But from what I know is, if you can survive the initial combo from Diroth, you can pretty much come back from killing him. You can pretty much kill him right after that. As long as you can survive the initial combo from Diroth. Okay? Like the second skill plus ulti and first skill. If you can survive all that, you are still alive. You can come back from it. You can just gain your shield from your combo and also a bit of spell vamp. Yeah, you can come back. No problem. The only problem right now is the Florine ulti will kind of heal Diroth a bit. So you might need to fight a bit longer to kill them. And by the time you can kill Dirov, right, maybe the enemy has already called the backup. They're already coming for you. So it's better to just ignore the Dirov. Yeah, just better to ignore. Okay, that's your answer. It's a bit long. Verse say, nice, you're the 750th subscriber. Oh my god, guys, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for the recent subscriber, for the 750 subscriber. We are now 1/4 away from 1000 subscriber, guys. 1/4 away. Oh my god, thank you guys, thank you guys. Okay, also for those who joined my stream recently, I have a Discord server that my mod just pinged. So feel free to join the Discord server. I will update my schedule in the Discord server. You can also talk about anything in the Discord server. So in some cases, my chat actually show me some of their gameplay. So I can analyze your gameplay and tell you how to improve on your gameplay. I also do that. Gameplay analysis, I also do that. So if you guys want to see example of it, right? So let me show you guys one example of it. So one more example. Okay, so I actually posted a very recent video like today. So this is the video. This is basically how I analyze my viewers' gameplay. I will actually go through the gameplay very quite detailed. So feel free to send your gameplay in there if you want me to analyze it and help you improve. So besides that, you can also find friends to play with if they are in the same server. My server, they have quite a few high rank players, so it won't hurt to have more. If you are quite new to the game, don't be shy. I'm actually targeting all sort of players. If you are new to the game, I don't mind. We can learn together, you know. If you learn from me, you will climb your rank extremely fast. I give you guys a head start. But no one played with you. I just played with you though for the past 2 days, right? Or 3 days. What are you talking about? Okay, if we have another Filipino, then that guy can play with you. Oh my god. Yo, thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. Thank you for the 750 subscriber. Nana Sensei indeed. No. Honestly, right, I feel like PS server is manageable, Manageable. Do you guys have a... You know my latest video? It's a game... I call it Gameplay Analysis Episode 1. You guys want to give it a name? Something like a Nana Classroom or Nana Classroom or Nakuji Classroom or something like that. We call it a classroom. Then we just learn stuff from there. Then we just Episode 1, Episode 2, all this. Sounds good, right? So man, they're spamming the assassin gold red lane right now. Okay, that is something new. I don't know. Oh my god, means I need to post this video as soon as possible. Before they start another meta in the gold lane. Oh my god. Isn't Aegis considerably weaker than Vengeance? Especially in late game? Yes. But okay, normally you will just use Vengeance and only Vengeance. You only use Aegis in the case where you know that Vengeance is not gonna help you. So for example, right, you are facing against a, let's say who? Assassins. You're facing against assassins. Something that deal burst damage. Eudora is one of the good. So what happens is both spell actually works the same way, which is help you survive. Deplete, not deplete. Okay, help you survive. But then keep in mind, for Vengeance, if you still deplete your HP bar, you are receiving less damage, but you are still gonna receive damage. But for Aegis, if you use it on time, if you only drain your shield, your HP is still there. So in a case where, let's say, enemy has a Sky Piercer, something like that, you do not want to risk it, right? This is where using Aegis early on will help you a bit. It's very specific, okay? It's very like specific and niche. Normally you just go Vengeance. Vengeance is the like general purpose one. It's a general purpose. So for example, right, enemy is like burst damage, but they don't attack frequent. AGs might help. That's a good idea, but you gotta play different types of hero and lanes though. Yeah. Wait. Wait, that's the answer to what? Cool. Cole, are you answering that to which question? I'm confused. Oh shit. Okay, I think Vengeance damage reflections can trigger spellbound effects. No. Honestly, it's too insignificant for you to notice it. Honestly, right? Honestly. Too insignificant. It's too little for you to notice it. Those two stacks, right? Which one? What do you mean stacks? Two stacks. Those two stacks. Okay, I'll answer Cole first. The analysis video. So we gotta play different types of heroes in lane though. Okay, honestly, right, I can play anything. In this game, I can play anything. I'm confident enough to give my opinions on all the lanes. Because right, honestly, gold lane is my... I'll consider gold lane as my specialist, right? Gold lane specialist. I used to main jungle as well, so I know how to use a jungle. I also know how to play EXP laner. Like what are the expectations and all this. Mid lane, same goes for mid lane. I know what to expect from a mid laner. Only for roam, I do not dare to give my opinion not because I don't know what to expect, but it's because I do not have the games to back it up. That's my only reason. I do not have the games to back it up. And also in my team, right, roamer is uncanny. It's never me. So for me, right, I'd rather listen to Kenny to talk about roam than myself. So yeah. Any other role except for roam, I can do it. They make a jungle guide, please. I thought I did it before. You can just use the link. Oh, I have not posted, right? Oh, I have not posted it. Okay. Once I post the link gameplay, the one I play with you guys, right after I review Madara's video, you can sort of use that as the jungle guide because the rotation is the same. Take buff, take everything and get level 4, it's the same. The rotation is the same. So okay, I can do that. Next time. No problem. Is Harvey best with... Okay, before that, let me answer Reaper. Reaper say whether Aegis and Vengeance stack the damage reduction. It does stacks, but in what case can you use 2 spells? You can only use 1 spell, right? So yeah, it's out of the window. So back to Harry. Is Harry best with Bloodlust Festival? So looking at this, right? Festival of Blood. Honestly, I have, okay, for your information, right, I have tried Harith using Common Emblem, Assassin Emblem, Mage Emblem, Fighter Emblem, as well as Support Emblem. I have tried all of it. I have experimented with everything, to be honest. The best one is still Mage Emblem. With this setup, this is the best one so far. So if you ask, is this the best for him? My defense or my answer to it will be yes, because the other talents does not help a lot. That will be my best answer. This is the best you can get among the choices we have. Like for example, this is too little. 95% is too little, to be honest. You can use it in Brawl, but nah. Jungle, you don't use jungle unless you go play as the jungle, right? You have a lot of dash, so having extra movement speed does not really help a lot. And also you are gold laner. Most of the time you are the gold laner. You don't need to rotate also. So Master Assassin, how often do you solo anyone? besides solo anyone, right? Do you have a problem with dealing damage? Do you have a problem dealing damage? If you don't, then is it better to just have a better survivability? So when it comes down to this, it's either you go with this tenacity or you go with this extra spell wham. Honestly, I feel like spell wham helped me more than tenacity. Only because Hari first skill, right, it gives a lot of AoE attack, covers a lot of area. So if you use first skill on the 3 minions, it kind of regenerate quite a lot. Enhanced autos can't trigger spell wham. Cannot. If I remember correctly, you cannot trigger spell wham. Only your first skill. Yep, only your first skill. But then your first skill deals an AoE damage, right? AoE damage. So it helps a lot. It actually helps a lot. If you hit a lot of target, your healing is actually quite a lot. So this is the best I can think of. So your other question is, also you use support emblem sometimes in Hari, so I do not. I tried it before. The healing bonus, the healing effect gives you more shield. But then, keep in mind, why would you need more shield when you play Hari, right? You are the gold laner, you are supposed to deal damage. So what happened is I tried the support emblem, I feel like I'm lacking too much damage. So it's impossible for me to use it. So I just stick with mage emblem. This is the best, this is the best you can do. Mage emblem. I have a more interesting take on the third talent, the tier 3 talent, if you want to ask. But if you don't want to ask, then I'll just save my throat, you know. I've been talking non-stop. Yeah, I need to rest. So any other questions, guys? Any other questions? Let me open my tier list. Oh, that's not my tier list. Tier list. Oh, I wanted to show you a gameplay actually. UV is not here. Yo, I'm sorry, UV, if you're looking at this live stream, right, I'm sorry. I told you that I will sort of talk about the rotation, right? I can't do it today, it's too late. I did not expect it to take so long. So I'll do it tomorrow if you're looking at this stream. I promise I'll look at the gameplay tomorrow. I'll also talk about the rotation tomorrow, okay? Okay, this is my tier list. So, okay. So you asked a good question. Why not Warcry? So, Warcry is good. Don't get me wrong. Warcry is good. It really boosts your damage. I can feel it. In a combo, right, in the team fight, I can feel the damage. But the thing is, it only happens during a team fight. You get me? Okay, not a team fight, but it only happens during when you use full combo, when you turn on your ulti and dash here and there, full combo, hit at least 3 times. So it's good, just that for my gameplay, right, my Harif gameplay, I sort of still think that I'm a marksman. My job is to poke from afar. The reason why I use Imperial Rage is, you know my first skill? So let me show you like immediately. Okay. So when you are laning, right, early game, when you are laning with the enemy marksman, you want to keep poking the enemy. You want to deal as much damage as you can. So So what I will do is, okay, let me show you what I'll do. So let's say there's an enemy over here. There's an enemy over there. So what I will do is, I will always try to poke them by using like the maximum range of my skill 1. Something like this. Okay, I'll show a bit of the HP. I'll show a bit of the HP. Can I show it? Okay, something like this. You can see the HP bar, right?
Wow, the outside world is quite
You guys can see two instances of damage, right? That is how I trigger the Imperial Rage. So the only reason why I use Imperial Rage is it provides me more damage when I try to poke enemy. So let me show it again. 2 damage, 2 instances of damage. One is my basic, and one is my skill 1. The other one is from Imperial Rage. This is my only reason, to be honest. I want to poke enemy better, you know? Poke
Wow,
them
I'm
better.
judged
This is my
by your
duty as the
focus.
marksman. Okay, besides that, right? Besides that, you can also sort of argue Impure Rage, the mana regen on Impure Rage helps in your laning phase.
Victory!
So that's 2 points going into Impure Rage. Damn Warcry. Again, that is my opinion. I've seen Harif using Warcry and having a huge success, so I won't try to tell you to change your emblem, you know. It works, it works both ways. If you want to use Impure Rage, it's up to you. If you want to use Warcry, it's up to you. Both of them works perfectly. It's a flexible emblem choice, okay? Okay. Now let me go back. So let me give it an ending. So this is my tier list for Go lane. Not for marksman, but Go lane. This is why I include Roger and Harif, even though they are not marksmen. So this is for Go lane only. Hope that this tier list help you pick a better hero for ranking. And hopefully it gives you like an insight on how strong a marksman is when you are facing them or when you are picking them. And also hopefully it helps you decide who to ban. I don't have time to go through the
thousands of wishes form thousands
win rate,
of
ban rate,
butterflies,
meta
and
pick,
they
all this.
all blend into my
But then right,
lantern
by
light.
looking at the tier list itself, you can sort of know that the S tier is most banned, A tier is not that banned off, it's not banned that often. S tier is probably have higher win rate than A tier. Yeah, you can sort of come to that logic for yourself. Okay, I think that's all. That's all for Go lane. Hopefully it's useful, okay? Hopefully it's good. Also guys, if you find it useful, don't forget to like the video. Leave a subscribe if you want. We have more content like this. Perhaps even more tier lists when the new patch come in, right? Or when marksman got nerfed, assassins go lane. You never know. I will also cover assassin, not assassin but jungling tier list or other position tier list. So subscribe for more. If you feel like it's useful, feel free to share with your friends, share it in your group, share it with your family, share it with your cats, share it with your dogs. Whoever play ML, right, just share it with them so they can be a better Go laner. So when we play solo queue or trio or duo, we will but we will team up with a better Go laner, and it improves our chance of winning. Sounds good, right? If it sounds good, then just subscribe, like and subscribe. What am I yapping about? Okay, I'll sort of edit the last part out. Kind of yapping already. Also, we have our Discord server. Feel free to join our Discord server. It's open to anyone. In fact, you can talk about any games inside. I play more than Mobile Legends. I play Mobile Legends, all the gacha games. If you are familiar with Hoyoverse, I play all the Hoyoverse games. Yes, I do play them. And also, yeah, feel free to talk about anything. You can also find buddy to rank with in the Discord server, as long as they are in the same server, right? So besides that, I also do gameplay analysis, so you can share your gameplay with me in the Discord server, in the gaming channel, and I will look into it. I will give you a detailed analysis on the entire gameplay, on where to improve, what kind of mistakes should you not be doing, and all those stuff, all those juicy stuff. Okay, so again, thank you for watching. If you like the video, like the video. Yo, it's scuffed. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like the video, press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. And thank you guys. Love you guys. First time doing outro, guys. First time doing outro. I need to have a proper outro. Yo, whoever still in the live, right? Whoever still in the live. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening through me yapping for the past 3 hours, I believe, or 4 hours, I don't know. Holy shit. Well, hopefully I can still talk tomorrow. Hopefully. Okay, thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Yes, see you guys tomorrow. Okay, thank you guys for coming. Bye.